You are live. Thank you. Hi, everybody. This is 56-year-old incel, Mr. Brune. How are you doing, folks? The cats have not been herding this evening, but we've got a great panel as per usual. So, chat, great to see you. Great to see you. It is Sunday. Oh, what's that? May. Oh, it's the Disney Shills Day, isn't it? The unofficial shill day for people who know all about. I was going to say Star Trek. Boomerang. It's Sunday, May the 4th be with you. Bollocks. Hello, everybody. Should we get the guests out? Let's do it. Okay, first up. Star Wars related guest, everybody. It is Professor Atu. Beep, 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 beep. Hello.
Welcome to this 24-hour stream of
Shagathon. Oh, shit.
No, we got to wait till Revenge of the 6th, right? Before we do this one.
People are trying to talk me into doing. We've got another bank holiday in the UK, end of May.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So we'll see, folks. We'll see. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine. Good to be here.
Shall we get the next guest on?
I don't know.
Nah, fuck them.
Yeah.
It is great to have you on, my friend. Let's get.
Yeah, let's bring him on.
Yes. Hey, this is your pal. I'll give you a clue, everybody. I make so many videos of Leslie Headland. Can you guess? It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's Common People.
Oh, nearly.
Oh, no.
It is. No. It is The Price of Headland. Hey, you right?
You the way you did my singing was you made it seem like I was talking. Well, when I sing differently.
Oh, do you?
I do, yeah. But it's fine.
You do, yeah. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. The saying, look, here we go. Look, saying, no.
Is it Shooty?
Not this week.
Is it Greta?
How dare you? Is it the rice of prison?
Oh, no.
It might as well be. Price, it's great to have you on, mate.
Great to be here.
It's a bit of a compact unit this evening, is it not?
I feel like it's the All-Stars today. That's how I see it.
It's a sausage fest. Yes.
It's a sausage fest. Sausage
fest on Mr. Sausage Fest Alliance. Price, it's great to have you on. Let's get the next people on, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you a clue, everybody. Anybody? You know, people who watch these intros by this time have gone, oh, fuck this shit, and signed off. But, you know, the hardcore community, they stick with us, don't they? Here you go, look at this. Oh, sorry, chat moved up. Hello, Amelia. It's shit. Shit. No, it's not. Shit. No. It is back from his jollies.
Hello.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, coming in. Look, chat's very. Yes, Jaws is 50. Yes,
it is. Wow, love Jaws.
Oh, you got fan look. Yes. Doritos, what flavor? Cool. No,
actually, it is Walker's cheese and onion crisps today.
Oh, cheese and onion. That's what I thought. Yeah.
I love cheese and onion.
As opposed to the boring, cool flavored Doritos.
Oh no, I do like them as well. The one that I hate is ready salted. It's just ready salted, isn't it? It's just bland. You know,
much like
rich tea biscuits. That's bland as well.
Yes, and on that bombshell, Ian, it's great to have you on, mate.
That's good to be back.
Chat, we can see you. Good evening. Let's get some slides up. Let's get some lots of slides. But it's a bank holiday. We'll see how we get on. Episode 276.
That pug woman.
Musings. Sunday.
What's she been doing this week then?
What hasn't she been doing?
Hugh.
Please like, share, subscribe. Yeah, the subs are just going down on a daily basis. We think it's YouTube unsubscribing people or deleting users through inactivity, perhaps. Anyway, okay. Let's do this. Okay, this is the biggie this week then. Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
Only in theaters May 2nd. There you go. Good night, everybody. Okay. Price, you've suffered, I do believe.
Yeah, I saw the movie, and I was telling you before the stream that I thought that it's not like it's peak MCU or it's good like MCU used to be, but I guess if you compare it to a lot of the post-Endgame stuff that we got, whether it be movies or Disney Plus shows, it's watchable. It's at least, I didn't suffer watching it, even though it had its flaws and it wasn't spectacular. But I guess these days when you watch something MCU related that you don't suffer, it's considered like a something great by some people. I don't know.
What people?
Because I'll tell you what, I know this I was in this boat myself that when they were ruining Star Wars and suddenly there was The Mandalorian season 1, I was really eager to like something Star Wars related, and I was probably more forgiving than I should be. But looking at it now, I understand that they weren't serious about any kind of course correction, and they just fooled me. And I feel like I'm smarter this time around. So a movie that's just like not complete crap doesn't get me excited. It's just I'll say that it wasn't as crappy as some of those other things. It was somewhat mildly watchable, or I didn't suffer watching it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Am I the only other one that? Am I the only other one that saw this?
Yeah, I was going to go, but I just wasn't willing to do the long.
I think that's going to be
drive.
I think that's going to be the experience of a lot of people. I don't know that there's going to be that many people who actually care enough to bother going to the theaters.
I wanted to go see it as well, but all the reviews said don't bother. So
yeah, it's a fairly self-contained movie, except for the fact that you have to have done a lot of homework to watch this one. But it doesn't really affect. I don't think it's going to affect much of the rest of the MCU. Of course, that just depends on how much they're going to bring these force these characters on us in some of the next few movies. But we know that they're going to be a part of what they're doing with the Doomsday film. They've already shown off, which of course very early tipped off who in this movie was not making it out alive.
Are we doing spoilers?
I don't know that anyone cares.
Chat, does anybody care? Spoilers.
Yeah. Don't care.
Yeah. Pretty mild spoiler. Old Taskmaster, or Price likes to call her Task Ma'am, is in about 2.5 minutes of this movie before she's unceremoniously shot in the head, and the other characters start looting her body.
What?
For stuff.
And that's actually a funny moment in the movie. The way I see it, this is just what I think. I think that Kevin Feige understood that everybody hates that thing, the whole Task Ma'am situation. And this was their way of just like, I don't know, getting rid of that character. It almost feels like an acknowledgement of a mistake that was made in the past. And I didn't mind that part. That actually made me chuckle when I saw it. But it's not really a big... really, she shouldn't... Like, they shouldn't have even put that character in the marketing.
Is Taskmaster the one in the Black Widow film?
Yes.
Yeah.
That started off as a guy, then suddenly...
And then they changed into a woman, and it was literally played by a male stuntman for most of the film.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
feel like they were trying to reverse course there. That's why they kill this character off very quickly and do it in a way that's almost like a butt of a joke.
It's yeah.
what's the
yeah.
deal with this asterisk?
Oh, do you want to tell them, Professor? Or should I
Yeah.
tell
Okay.
them?
Oh,
Well,
is
at
this a
the
spoiler?
it is a mild spoiler. I think a lot of
Okay.
people have already heard this, but yeah, at the end, first of all, the whole name Thunderbolts is literally never the name of the team, except that someone laughably says it. It was the name of Yelena's soccer team when she was a kid. And so she jokes about that name, and then they start calling them that, and then no one really acknowledges it. But at the end of the episode, at the end of the episode, into the film, they call them the Avengers. So they're the new Avengers,
Oh wow.
which turns into a big joke in the second in the actual end credits sequence. There's that. They kind of run with the joke of them being the Avengers, except that there's Sam Wilson out there, Captain African American, who's trying to make an Avengers, and so they have a copyright claim against them.
Who would like to? Is this a thinking man's joke or Melvin Deeply Wrench will spot? Asterisk is a French bloke who fought the Romans. Very good.
Along with Obelisk. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Sorry, I killed that. Sorry, I killed your flow. Oh, my God.
No, it's fine. Overall, yeah, this is not the worst thing. It may be one of the better things we've gotten in the last 5 years. The plot of the movie works fine. The characters, for the most part, worked. The chemistry of these characters is not there like it was for some of these other team up films. Like we got Guardians of the Galaxy, where I think that's probably the best of those, where all those quirky, strange characters, they really work together, and there's a chemistry there. The chemistry here doesn't work as well. It takes a while for some of it to work out, and for some of them to really gel on screen.
Was Pugh as good as everybody has said she is?
I think she probably puts in one of the best performances of the film. I'll be honest. I think she's wasted in Marvel movies. She's not an action hero. She's nowhere near as worthwhile of a character and of an actress in this genre as perhaps when we had Scarlett Johansson in the role of Black Widow. I think she was just better in the role.
I think I can explain this. I think I know how to navigate this one here. I think that Florence Pugh is a good character actress. Maybe if you just look at her acting skills, like pure acting skills, I would say maybe she's even a better actress than Scarlett Johansson. But for this role specifically, you don't need just a character actress. You need a woman who looks like that femme fatale type that Scarlett Johansson absolutely looked like.
Yeah.
You need that same actress to go to the gym every day at 5 a.m. and work on all these fight scenes with Scarlett Johansson for years. Absolutely did. Florence Pugh doesn't do any, satisfy any of those. I think that she doesn't look the part, but at the same time, it's not like I think that she goes to the gym all day. It looks like she just arrives and she's a good actress and they let her act in the movie. But it means that she's probably not the best fit for this.
Amelia Bedelia Wretch, her accent sucks.
Accent sucks. Thankfully, her Russian accent or whatever it was, whatever that Russian accent is, it goes away. Probably 90% of it is gone in this.
They
movie.
toned it down. They significantly.
It's way
this
better.
was really
Did
annoying.
they tone her accent down?
They toned
The thing
it.
is,
They
though,
didn't tone it down for Red Guardian, unfortunately, but they toned it down for her.
You don't
Ian,
need.
you have an opinion on this?
Well, no, I haven't seen it, but I always hear people say, "Oh, she's a good actress" or "He's a good actress," whatever. You don't need to be an Oscar-winning actor to be in films like this. You just need to know how to act. And quite frankly, I agree with Price. I think I won't
Price
say
is
it.
right.
I won't say it.
Drink, everybody. Price is right.
I think
Drink, everybody.
the Pew girl, the pug girl, I think she's not right for this role at all. She's not a femme fatale. She's not tall enough. She just looks like an ordinary. Looks like my next door neighbor. In fact, she looks like my next door neighbor. I just think again, I would say this: Hollywood is trying to take away the beautiful things in movies, and I think that's one of their
Okay.
aims. So.
We've got a guest, everybody. Turning up, if I can speak, stepping in at the last minute, it is Mr. Fubbers.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Sorry
how's
I
it
didn't
going?
get your
No,
message till late.
You
You're
told us he wasn't coming on, Ian.
He hadn't
What
read
was
the
that all about?
message. Anyway, hello, my friend. Have you seen Thunderbolts?
Yeah, I had a bad case of diarrhea. That's why I was late, directly related to watching this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Have you watched it
Uh,
then?
Yeah. Actually, so I went to see
India or
it. No, NCG. That's the name of the theater chain.
wow?
It was so bad that I ended up walking out of the theater, and then I heard, oh, the second half gets so much better. So, of course, I caught up, and I am not impressed. I think there's a couple parts here and there, but I think I dislike the movie more than the rest of the panel, though I've agreed with most of what everybody said for sure. But listen, the movie opens up with Florence Pugh, all 5 foot nothing and 85 pounds of her soaking wet, just tearing through like 30 commandos. And by the way, just guys doing their job. She's murdering them. No problem. Doesn't seem to be an issue, but it's ridiculous. It was so silly. They had to shoot the whole thing from a bird's eye view, so it didn't look as ridiculous as you knew it was. I mean,
It's getting a bit silly now, all that now, isn't it?
oh yeah, even when Matt and man, listen, I like Seinfeld. I loved Veep, but she was the worst person you could possibly cast for Madame Hydra. I kept expecting her to go, listen, Junior Varsity Captain America, you're just not sponge worthy. That's why I have Sentry here. He's worthy of a sponge.
Is it true that they use empathy to beat the villain?
Yes, but
It
not
is.
real, but it's shallow empathy.
Yeah,
it
but
just
I-
wasn't
you know,
convincing.
I think in the context of the movie, it does work, but it's not. Yeah, they don't actually like. There's no action set piece where they defeat the bad guy at the end.
Okay, right. Look, right.
yeah.
I just want you to know, right, that if you make a comic book film, it has to apply to the rules of comic books. What's this crap about telling the villain he's bad and then he stands down? That's not in the comic books. That's not in comics at all. What about the way Pug looks? Every time they draw a girl in comic books, they look hot as hell. Right? Everyone's saying things like, it wasn't too bad, but it was okay. That means it's rubbish. It means it's rubbish.
Hey,
So
isn't,
I'm
yeah.
not going to be watching this shit. No.
isn't it good to have Ian back, everybody? We miss out.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys are dancing
The
around
woke.
stuff.
The
You're
woke.
dancing around stuff. It is rubbish. I hear what Price is saying. I
Yeah,
hear what
it's-
Professor's saying. Come on.
Of course, it's.
Come
Listen,
on, come on.
I thought she was kind of cute in Black Widow, but her double chin in this movie kept distracting me. Every time she talked, I just looked at the other chin, sort of flopping around. And
Damn.
listen, I just want to say something a little bit real. Okay, everybody knows I'm a sober alcoholic, a former drug addict, and I've gone through my share of trauma both at home and overseas. You just don't get over that kind of shit by a stranger giving you a hug. I'm sorry. It takes years of fucking work, and it was just so insulting. Like, I think the Hollywood writers think they have trauma. They have hurt fifis, and they stubbed their toe when they were 5. They
Yeah.
have no idea what real freaking trauma is.
In
They never had to haul a body out of a battlefield.
In
There you go,
comics,
folks.
they have a splash page, right? And this is if you look at, even though I didn't like the second Avengers movie, I thought it was okay, it wasn't great. But what's his name? Who's the director again? Joss Whedon. He did a splash page shot. Do you remember when they all jump in slow mo?
Yeah.
It like a splash page from a comic. It was fantastic. And that's what I'm saying, right? If you don't have the rules of a comic book, which it is a comic book, and you just put things in like have a 5-foot girl beat up 30 trained mercenaries, or the villain backs off because he feels guilty about what he's doing, and all this nonsense that they keep putting in our comic book films, that means It's rubbish.
Well, this is not the so the ending where we talk about them defeating the bad guy with empathy. This is not the same as the appalling ending to Brave New World, where Captain America just talks a Hulk down.
Yeah,
Right? It's
yeah.
not like it's not that.
Well, I don't know.
It
I thought
is.
that was the
It
best
is.
scene, but there
It's
you go.
it's a
Just me.
it's a character who is dealing with mental health,
Here you go, folks.
with the challenges there, and so they do
But
they
why
do
is the
spend
film
time
about
talking
mental
to
health,
him.
though? Why is the film
Why is it about?
mental health?
I can't.
Why
answer
isn't
that
that comic
question.
book?
Don't
Why isn't that comic book
know.
I
thing?
know, it's-
Why?
it's-
There you
I
go,
don't
folks.
understand.
Break yourself, new face. Hello, my friend. who seems like more of a complete person rather than an empty vessel? Some of us prefer that.
Okay.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And again,
Yeah. Show me a
Welcome, my
complete
friend.
person. She wasn't a complete person. She was a shallow representation of what a stupid Hollywood writer thinks a complete person might possibly be.
Overall, as I said, I don't agree that it has to necessarily because it's not amazing that it has to be shit. I don't think that it is in the it's in the middle. It's in the middle. It is
It's
not
not
a
good
great
enough.
film. It is not one of the
Not
top
good
tier
enough.
Marvel
Not
films.
good enough.
But no, it's not nearly as bad as say Eternals or Brave New World.
Right, I mean,
there is some
I
enjoyment
enjoyed
to be
Brave
had
New
here.
World for
Well,
all its flaws. It was dog shit, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed that I could laugh more at Brave New World. There's not much to laugh at in this movie. There's jokes. Most of them just fall completely flat. A lot of them are dad jokes coming from Red Guardian.
Oh, I should have
And
gone
they're
see
just-
it.
They're not very
Bastard.
good. But Brave New World, I actually had kind of a fun time because it was so terrible. You're just sort of laughing at it.
Brave New World, you knew you were watching a disaster. And this one, you're just watching sort of a mediocre MCU movie.
That's kind of depressing, honestly.
When was this made? Was this a couple of years ago? Has
No.
it been floating around for a bit?
Was it made
No, it
last
hasn't.
year?
No.
Made last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was just last year. Yeah, it's only been.
Yeah.
This one didn't get delayed or anything.
And the things that you're supposed to have in this film, we all know that Bucky should be leading this film, but because they're trying to change Marvel into a girls'
message.
brand again
They still
with the
are.
woke shit, they
Yep.
put Pug in the front. Why?
We've got
Well-
a question here, if I may. Wrenched. Who radicalized Mega Geek? Well, he's been to Canada. That's what it is.
No, just saying that.
Oh, we've got an insult coming in. Sorry.
on.
Smilex, wrenched, not for much longer. Is this Friday night tights?
No,
It's
it's Sunday
dollar
night.
store.
Yes,
It's dollar
Sunday
store
night
Friday
socks.
night.
I think we were late and gay, so you know,
Yeah, exactly.
Very gay.
yeah.
There weren't nearly enough lesbian space witches in this movie, but
No,
I would say this movie, Bucky doesn't belong in it at all, but the movie should have been Bucky's movie.
There you go. Look.
Should have
But
been, right?
he felt really tacked on, like somebody
Yeah.
at corporate
Alright.
said,
Yeah.
hey, these are all C-listers. We at least need a B-lister that somebody knows and likes.
Okay.
the whole
So-
thing with him being a congressman, by the way, is rather confusing in the movie. Price and I were talking about this the other day. He at the start of the movie, he's in Congress. He's been
Matty,
elected.
come on.
And then there's a line in there about him only lasting half of his first term or something.
What?
Like there's some weird line that in
I
there.
can clear it
Oh.
up. I think that they interviewed him. I saw an interview from today, and he said that, yeah, he's not a congressman anymore.
Yeah, so
But-
like he was there. He's been elected to Congress. They make that part of the story, and then he doesn't even finish like the first half of his first term or something. It's
Here you go, folks.
It's out.
Drew Gordon, wrenched. Ian's right. They're trying to make Pew the MCU's Buffy.
It's ridiculous, okay, right? And I hear you all right, but that just tells me it's rubbish and it should never have been made. You know,
Hey, some of the
again,
jokes actually landed.
That's-
Not
who cares?
Oh, well, if you're
Who
there
wants
and
this?
you're watching anyway. Hey, listen, I agree with you. It's rubbish. I said absolute crap, dog shit. But like most dog shit, there are some there's something
just
good
like
There are
to
inside
some
of
say-
it.
peanuts in it.
I'd just like
Yeah,
to
well-
say, I like to say, right, that Ian always says this to me. You give a starving man a cracker, it's the best meal they've ever
Yeah.
had, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
the example.
Well-
Right, but we didn't say it was the best meal. I'm just saying that I have
I
to
know.
be
I'm just saying.
when I review stuff, I have to try to be at least as honest as I can in terms of all the other stuff after Endgame. Most of it was worse than this. It doesn't mean that this is great. A lot of that was so bad that like almost anything in comparison looks a bit better.
This is Daredevil. This is Marvel's Daredevil
Oh, dear.
compared to
What
the
would-
rest of MCU TV.
If Josh Whedon directed this, what do you think it would have been like?
It would be better. It would be better.
Probably
would be
be better.
Yeah.
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 Everybody
The
would
jokes
complain
work
about him
better.
behind the scenes, and he'd
Yeah.
deliver a movie that was probably decent.
Do you know
The-
what? Right. I don't
There's the
care
moral
what
there,
he's done.
folks.
He's a really good director and he's a really good writer. I
Really good
remember I was
Mhm.
watching something with the guy who directed El Mariachi. I can't remember his name now, but anyway,
Robert Rodriguez.
he was saying that he worked with people that everybody didn't want to work with in his films, and at the end of the day, it's not about what they've done; it's about what they can bring. So yeah, I would have hired Josh again if I was in charge.
I don't think what he did particularly was that bad either. He's just
Yeah.
not much of a person to fight back, and
Yeah.
people had it in for him. But listen, I liked the relationship between Red Guardian and Yelena, except it only makes sense if you've seen Black Widow and watched Hawkeye, and I don't think most people in the theater did. Who are these people?
Not Brian Reg. If he tells that story one more time, I'm unsubbing and blocking you on Twitwats.
Oh, Brian.
Okay. So for the guys who've seen it, are we going to give a mark out of 10?
Ian's
Yes, sir.
scale, which I still don't understand.
Nobody does. I don't even think Ian does, but
I
go on.
do.
Esther.
Mister?
Oh, I'm gonna give it a 1.5 out of 10 for the first hour, and then 4 out of 10 for the second.
No, you,
So
no,
an
you get
average
a
of
mean
2.5.
score then.
2.5 out of 10.
Fuck. Damn. Price?
Well, just to explain my grading system, anything below 60 is a failure.
Oh, can we just do 1 to 10, please? 0 to
Right,
10.
but it's important because that's how I can't explain it because when I give my
Yeah, but that's on
grade,
your channel. I'm pulling rank here, mate.
You having a
Yeah,
wank?
yeah. No, that'll be later. But
I can only say this. On my channel, I gave Brave New World 30 out of 100.
what?
I would give Iron Man something like a 91. The first Iron Man, like a 91 out of 100. And this thing on my channel, I gave 67 out of 100. So it gets a passing grade, but it's considered a kind of mediocre
Okay,
MCU movie.
so sorry. What score did you give this again then?
67 out of 100.
67. So that's 6.7.
Yes, out of 100. Or 6.7 out of 10. But I give grades differently than Ian, that's why
Well,
I'm
everybody
saying,
does, to be fair.
No, I mean,
Moving
he
on.
has a different system than me. Like for me, anything below
And
6 is
everybody
a
else.
failure.
Yeah.
I guess 6.7 out of 10 with the understanding that below 6 is a fail.
Does anybody know what Frank Gore, what did he give it?
I think he didn't like it.
No, low.
What about
Yeah.
Chris? How did he like it?
Chris Gore and Frank Gore. I don't know.
Listen, it was so boring. I couldn't finish the freaking movie. I had to wait until somebody else told me it was worth finishing, and they lied.
Okay, Prof.
Yeah, I mean, if we were gonna, like, there's all the different scales, with A through F,
The
whatever.
Beaufort scale.
For me, it's like a C. So what, like a 7 out of 10?
7?
I've seen so much worse
What?
than this,
For me,
but
just
Yeah.
a decent average film that doesn't stand out or isn't shit. It's an IGN 7. A 7 is a solid film in my
Yeah.
book.
okay. Well, yeah. Here I'm, just thinking like 7 is just sort of passing.
What?
You're getting through. Maybe it'd be 6.5. But yeah, it's not. I mean, this is not a great film. It is not as disastrous as The Eternals. It's not as terrible as The Marvels. It is not Brave New World. It's
Wow.
okay. There are things here that work, and there's things that don't. And so
Damn.
middling. Yeah.
I thought the Eternals was more enjoyable to watch. Absolutely shit crap film, but
Never saw it.
visually it
Oh.
was amazing.
Okay.
This thing was dull and dreary to look at.
It was definitely very dreary to look at. It was all gray and
It
yellow.
was dreary, but I thought that the fights and the VFX, some of them looked better here than
Yeah.
some of the things we've been seeing in recent Marvel. There were some redeeming things here, but I don't think anybody could say that this is a spectacular movie. But sometimes, especially non-MCU, sometimes I just want to go to the theater. I want to grab some popcorn and watch like a movie. And I know that a movie sometimes is just going to be all right and not great. And I think that this is exactly that type of movie.
I was quite optimistic about this film, and then I heard all this stuff. I would have said this could have been a scrape to 7 out of 10, but it's got like 6 all over it.
There was
day.
a good movie in here if they had gone another, like there was definitely potential, but man, some of the contrivances were like, it took all the Thunderbolts just to turn over this thing of concrete where you could just let it fall. There was nobody underneath, and there could have been someone on the other side. If they had killed somebody, I would have laughed.
If I had have gone to have seen this, I would definitely would have given it a 5.5.
That's what you give everything, isn't it?
I know.
That's fair.
Okay. Shall we? It's lots of sidestepping, folks. It's bank holiday, so we've got plenty of time. Thunderbolts is projected to earn 160 to 175 mil during its worldwide opening weekend. Budget 180. So that was what they were predicting about 3 days ago.
Yeah, and that's not that great. That's in line with the
And
Eternals. And
this is what it
Yeah.
made. So hashtag of Thunderbolts, a box office breakdown. Is that 76 million domestic box? 162.1 worldwide box office. So what's that? That's about 90. Production cost 180.
I'll
Marketing.
believe that when I see the tax.
They're always a little weird about their production costs and stuff.
Have we got a graph?
If you want to compare it to some other stuff, I've got the graph from the numbers here.
Will you be able
comparing
to see
some
it
of
if
the
you
other
watch it
films.
though?
Yeah, sure.
It looks like it cost about 30 million, by the way, on screen. Like, yeah, there is.
I don't know where all that money went.
StreamYards have made a new improvement where I have actually got to physically remove that.
Oh,
on
if you don't,
screen.
if it's going to be a mess, don't worry about it, Brown.
Oh, StreamYards, what are you fucking doing? It's really annoying.
Can I say that
Don't worry about it,
180
Brown.
million? That was the reported budget of Multiverse of Madness that ended up costing 365 million. So when Disney says 180,
Yeah. So if you wanted to just like comparison for like the opening weekends, right? If you wanted to compare some of these, they're saying this opening weekend, at least domestically for this one, the opening weekend brought in around 76 million US.
Not a lot.
The opening weekend for Captain America: Brave New World was 88. So it did 10 million better. Brave New World did better than this. And then if you go back to in its opening weekend. So right now this is tracking to be much closer. This is tracking to be much closer to the Eternals in its what it's going to make overall.
Is that a big flop then?
It'll mean it makes around, if it stays around the same as Eternals, it's going to make around 400.
Which means it's a flop.
If it really cost 180, yeah, they're still losing money, even at 180.
hey, the Eternals had a couple babes in it, including Salma Hayek. So I'll defend it for that.
Honestly, the Eternals was like so boring. Like I couldn't get through it. And yeah, I mean, Thunderbolts, I say even in my review that I did, that the first act is kind of slow and sluggish and feels a bit forced in parts. Eternals is basically for me not a movie. I don't know. It doesn't function as a movie in my opinion.
Okay, what's the break even then? Alex says 540.
Yeah, if it's 180, and we say the break even, usually they say it's got to be 2x, and then another 25% over that or so. Then it's gonna have to be it's gonna have to be around 450 to 500 if it's 180.
There was a report from a Hollywood insider that said the actual cost was around 250, which is still low for a Marvel movie and within the realm of believability. So if it was that, then 675 million is the break even.
Here you go, folks. The mighty movie cynic wrenched will spot. I love movie. This will do way better than Internals, no matter what you or I think. General audiences are enjoying it.
I don't know. It's going to depend on what we see next weekend. If this has a huge response from, people, with word of mouth, and next week's box office does not have the typical 60% drop, then it's gonna do really well. But right now, it looks like it's going to be somewhere in between Eternals and Captain America: Brave New World, which means 415. That's it.
Okay. I think it's a sidestep. We'll go through the ratings. So, upon release, Rotten Tomatoes, 95%. The second highest score for an MCU movie ever. Alex.
Did you read what those positive reviews actually said? They also said things along the lines was, wow, this was way less crappier than I thought I'd be. Fresh. It was horrible, but at least it didn't end in a sky beam, fresh.
Can I
not happy.
Can I point out the obvious again? Two women in the front. They're still trying to change a boys' own adventure comic books into a
from the hip, everybody.
Again.
Oh, absolutely. The people with agency in the movie were all women. They're absolutely.
What a surprise.
The men were just the dumb guys along for the ride that were functioned as objects of ridicule and punching bags throughout the film.
What a surprise.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not going to watch this movie.
If you go over somewhere like Metacritic, right now, critic-wise, this only has a 68. And the favorability, I would say the favorability from general users is only a 7.2. That is not a huge response from average people.
Those things on Rotten Tomatoes are not reflecting what this movie is. It's not a 90-something from critics, and it's not a 90-something from critics, I don't know, but it's not a 90-something from audience or anything. I don't think anybody thinks this is a 90-something movie, or most people don't think that.
Here you go. This is Fandom Wire. Thunderbolts is easily the best Marvel movie in years, with only Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and and The Legend of the Ten Rings coming close. What? They gave it a
no. Shang-Chi was shit. It was.
Never even watched it. Couldn't be arsed.
Absolute shit.
It's a 61% on critic list.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. That's not a normies love this movie.
Why they keep lying all the time? I don't understand.
Just getting paid.
Why are they lying? Shang-Chi was a pile of shit, wasn't it? Come on. 10 rings.
Come on.
Fucking hell. Come on. This is absolute
shit. I will say this. Shang-Chi was bad, but if you compare it to, let's say, the Eternals, I still think that Shang-Chi was better than that. So if you round up some of the crappy movies they made, it's a very low bar. If you round up some of the crappy movies they made, then Shang-Chi in comparison at least has sort of a plot that moves along. To say that it's brilliant is really, really disingenuous. Absolutely. Like what this Fandom Wire is saying. Shang-Chi is not brilliant.
And really, regardless of what you think the film, how good it is, I'm not sure the box office really reflects that as much as the general audience feeling about Marvel at the moment.
Yeah.
I kind of think that even if I thought this movie was better, even if the movie was better, I'm not sure. I think maybe the audiences are just done with Marvel.
Here you go. Movie Cynic Wrench was what? He thinks it's going to be a 59% drop.
He's
Okay.
usually right.
Well, that means
Yeah.
this
He's
movie
good with it,
Will
tops
not
out.
make-
That means this movie tops out at around 415
Mm,
million,
seriously.
Oh man, that
guys.
was fast
Which is-
math. I was
which
trying
is
to do
only
that.
well, no, that's about the same drop that we got for Captain America. So I mean that's it.
Rubbish.
They still
Uh,
spend too much on it because I believe
Um,
that it's 180 million plus another 100 at least for the marketing. So then what they would need is they need like
A
multiply
miracle.
that
That's
times
what they
2.5, and you're
Here you
already
go,
like
folks.
they'll
Dr.
never
Iceman,
make that amount.
Dr. Iceman wrote, hello, Doc. Shang-Chi was the first time we saw an Asian superhero on screen, just like Black Panther was the first time we saw a black superhero.
It was the first time that I ever saw an
Amazing.
Asian person at all. Like I'd never seen them until I saw Shang-Chi, and then somebody explained to me who they were and what they did because I didn't know.
Amazing.
Do you know what? Right, the guy the guy that casts as Shang-Chi just looks
Was a
like someone
tosser.
from just looks like someone from a soap opera. And he doesn't look like a hero at all. What the hell, man? What the hell? Come on.
Come
Again, right?
on.
It's obvious what they're doing. I will have no part of this shit anymore. None of it.
You're not going to see it then, Ian?
No, I'm not. After hearing what Price has said and Professor and Istophobe, I've got no reason to see this movie now. This movie
I can't
looks like
I can't blame
shit.
anyone. I can't blame anyone for skipping this one.
No, I
Here you
never, I
go.
never said this was a must-see movie. I said that
I know.
saw it and I didn't suffer as much as
I
those
know.
other movies. But that doesn't mean I'm saying that everybody has to stop what they're doing and run to the theater.
I am not going to put any money down on this film.
Here you go. This
None.
is the voice of reason. The movie Cynic Wrench will spot. I'm just considering how audiences are taking it in. They're enjoying it. So it'll probably be under 60%, especially since it wasn't a major opening weekend.
Yeah,
I don't care.
it's still opened lower than Brave New World.
I just don't care anymore.
So
If word of mouth on this would have been good,
I
think
would have
this,
seen it.
Oh,
yeah,
if
this
word of
this, I was optimistic for this.
yeah, the only opportunity this film had was to get good word of mouth because I think the general audience is just checked out of the MCU. A lot of them don't care anymore. And so the only opportunity is for one of these films for someone to say, "Hey, no, that movie was really good. You
That
should
would have been
go
me.
see it."
Yeah, that would have been me.
And I really don't think that's going to happen. I really don't.
Oh dear.
But we'll see. We'll see
So
what
we'll-
happens next weekend.
Okay. Let's. I think it's a side step. Okay. Comparisons. 46% Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania. What's that? Guardians of the Galaxy Vol 3, 82. The Marvels. Amazing film. 62. Deadpool and Wolverine, 78%. Captain America, Brave New World, 48. And Thunderbolts, fresh, 88. There you go. Stream
Yep.
killer.
Well,
Again,
Yep.
Rotten
Well-
Tomatoes is meaningless.
yep.
That's
Yeah,
all I
what-
have to say.
Brought
Wha-
out now. aren't
Rotten
they?
Tomatoes is meaningless.
Why?
Something
Ever
around.
since the article came out that from a legitimate publication that showed you can buy reviews
You can't.
en masse on, why do people give this any sort of credibility at all anymore?
Cynic, if you want to pop on, mate, there's a
Yeah, you're welcome. Buddy.
space. Go on, mate.
Because
If you're welcome.
because
Welcome, mate.
these people have put this stuff up. They're either working for the company or they just don't know any better.
The
You know what I mean?
62% for the Marvels. The Marvels is genuinely one of the worst films I have ever
It
seen.
is.
Disagree.
It is a mess
Marvel
from minute one.
Brie was fantastic.
They had
Brie looked hot.
they had at least one lesbian space witch though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we move on, please?
Yeah.
Move on.
Well, you know what's coming next, don't you?
Oh God, what is coming next?
Well, the
Could we
next
have
movie.
something?
Breeze
It's-
feet.
No, it's fantastic. In a
Fantastic
few
Ball.
weeks.
Bleh. Fantastic bleh.
That looks like shit. Even the trailer looks like shit.
Okay. Have we finished with that? I think
Of course
we've got,
we
Yes.
have.
Oh,
I think
no
we'll,
more.
we'll do
No
a super
more.
chat. We'll do a super chat. Or shall we do the super chat when we're doing the Star Wars stuff? Yeah. Mega Spider-Man. We'll do it when we do the Star Wars stuff.
Move along.
Move along. Here you go. Reg. And Mr. Sparrow said, please ask Price to tell his Eggplant Man Discord nightmare story that's not about Lauren Chen.
Will.
It'll take too long.
Yeah.
I'll try to give the one sentence version. I was once in a group, and people thought that I was like a spy, so they all left the group and left me in the group with a guy that his name was Eggplant Emojis. That was his name. Like there were emojis instead of a name of eggplants. And then the other guy that was left with me in the group, his name was Hugh Jass, like Hugh, and then JASS, and then if you say it quickly, it's huge ass.
Yeah, we got that bit. Yeah.
So I was stuck in a group with eggplants and
Huge ass.
huge ass, and everybody thought I was a spy. So
And
it
on
was
that
just a stupid
bombshell.
thing.
Well, that was worth it. Thank you very much. Okay. Shall we do something? Let me get.
Ooh, hello.
Tom Holland fans want Peter Parquet to have a male love interest in Spider-Man 4.
I mean, doesn't he, Zendaya? Isn't he already have
Did
a
you
boy love interest?
did you see the cast for this? They've got Miles Morales in it, haven't they? Or did I saw the cast.
Not that
Do they?
Yeah, it said
I don't-
this guy was playing Miles Morales. Maybe it was a joke one, but they had all the cast. The girl that's from Stranger Things is playing Gwen Stacy. They say,
Yeah.
or maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, but she's redhead. I'm like, what? And Zendaya's in it. And this and a guy named Miles Morales, black guy. So I don't know whether that was a fake one or whether it was true. I don't
Wasn't
know.
he? Didn't he fall in love with the Romeo and Juliet? Didn't he fall in love with a man in that? Anyway, moving on. I killed it.
Okay.
Well, they say that Zendaya is going to have a reduced role in the fourth one because she's committed to doing Dune or something like that.
Was it June?
I'm really, as far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't even put her in the movie. I don't even need to see her there.
Yeah, because he doesn't know who she is. Or
He doesn't
sorry,
remember
she doesn't.
her.
Yeah, no, she doesn't remember him. Yeah,
She doesn't remember him, and she can be on her merry way.
yeah, exactly.
If they were to do this, it would be committing just like
Harry Carey.
yeah. They would be
They're not gonna
Minecrafting
do this,
themselves
though.
as a brand. It would.
They're
be
not
over.
going to do this though because Spider-Man is a loved character, and if they do that, the outrage will be huge, won't it? So
They'll bring Miles Morales on and make him good.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's watch that happen.
let's move on then.
Jonathan
kind
J.
of exciting.
Jameson with no hair.
Rumor: J.K. Simmons will reportedly return as Josh Jameson in Spider-Man.
That's not a rumor. He's in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's in it. It's not a rumor. I know he's in it because I saw an interview with him and he said he was in
Oh,
it.
okay then.
There you go.
Meat. Give me some Christmas meat.
Yeah, throw him a bar soap. Yeah,
Dr. Iceman Wrenched, great actor indeed.
he's terrific. Isn't
He was the best J. Jonah Jameson
He
ever
was.
portrayed on screen,
Yeah.
man.
He
Oh, he did
was.
fantastic job. Yeah.
As long as he doesn't go in with his Oz character, I don't know.
Yeah.
Here you go. Internet Help Desk Wrenched. What a spot. Oh, my friend. Miles. Damn. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Peter Parquet is Spider-Man.
Mm.
Is there really a lawsuit about it?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Can't think of why there would be a lawsuit, but yeah.
Similex wrench.
Nicholas Hammond is the best Spider-Man. I did like him when I was a kid. I really loved that series, but looking at it now, it's dated. So
Very. They couldn't even afford to have proper criminals.
No. Well, they didn't have the rights over
The licensing, yeah.
the licensing. Yeah.
Okay. Have we done with Spider-Man?
Brand New Day. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, that's the name of
Yeah. Let's
Catchy, isn't it?
let's name it after the most unpopular arc in the comic books.
Yeah, really
in,
hated.
80 years. Yeah, sure.
Damn.
Mm.
Okay.
it. Oh God, this thing will not go
okay.
away.
I'm just going to read the main. Marvel tries to shut down Justin Baldini's Deadpool and Wolverine Nice Pool claims. What's all this bollocks about then?
Well, basically, they're saying that
Great man done, by the way.
he was taking the Mickey out of him by creating this character in the film. That's what that's
Yeah.
about. And
Yeah.
that guy is actually going to court and trying to prove that he did do that or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but what he's really after is the private conversations between him and his wife and possibly Taylor Swift. Much to my shame, I am hyper informed on this whole case. The moment it hit, I knew I was going to know way more about it than I ever wanted to, and I just I rolled with it. And I know a lot about these lawsuits.
Okay, this is a question. Dr. Aspen wrenched. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I was watching Megyn Kelly and she was talking about it. She talked about it in depth. I can't remember half of the things she said, but it sounds like these people are fucked up in
It's just-
Hollywood.
There's so much that's messed up with this whole thing.
Yeah.
If nobody remembers, it has to do with the film It Ends With Us, where supposedly it was Blake Lively claiming that Baldoni was a creep on her during the movie, and then now he's claiming that she was a real asshole on set, and now and there were all sorts of things happening, and supposedly he says that this Nice Pool character was based on him.
Yes.
To mess with him, and it's all just so ridiculous.
You know what? I'm going to say this. Don't get me wrong. I think that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds in this situation seem very annoying. But even if they made a character that was inspired by him, and that's why there's Nice Pool, I think this is just dumb, stupid shit. I mean, sometimes there have been situations that maybe I thought of something or of a character of something that it reminded me of something else. And
yeah, but the lawsuits, it's not really about that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's about Ryan Reynolds using his very powerful influence with Hollywood agencies and studios.
Totally fine.
To crush a guy's career.
I will say this. There's two separate things. One, Ryan Reynolds did use his muscle. Blake Lively has a lot of muscle because she's married to Ryan Reynolds, and Baldoni was a little fish in the pond that they totally, stepped on because he was an easy target. I agree with everything. At the same time, I think Baldoni is a weirdo. He's some strange male feminist that acts weird. So it's not like I think he's so great. I'm only saying that when it comes to this stupid Nice Pool thing, I think that this is a bit of a stretch here. I mean, yes,
it's the headlines.
I mean, right, exactly. But I'm saying even going there was stupid in my opinion. But that's just
isn't the bottom line is that Ryan Reynolds and his wife is trying to get the rights off this fella. And
they wanted to
control over that film, right?
Yes, they first of all wanted to gain control of it, and then they preferred probably to get rid of him altogether and gain the rights, so it's their franchise because there's more movies that needed to be made. I think that this whole thing was dumb, and they shouldn't have done what they did. I also think Justin Baldoni is a weirdo. And that's it. It's just that's why it's hard to root for anybody here.
Price.
He is definitely the icon of soy cuck boy man bun feminism for sure. But I sort of when anybody gets falsely Me Too'd, like I feel like that's something to be addressed, and it's only the media that is making it about Nice Pool. The lawsuit itself isn't. They don't care about Nice Pool. They're looking at the actual events. If they just mocked the guy in film, that's fair game, man. but that's not really what it's
Yeah,
about.
Yeah.
The headlines are running it just like they ran over Gina Carano, and they're not really telling the truth about what it is about.
Just,
Well, I
just
mean, I
feels-
know what it's about, and I see these headlines. So all I can say is that I understand, and I also agree with you. I don't like seeing men Me Too'd, for no reason. And I think that certainly Baldoni may have been thrown under the bus here. At the same time, he's so darn unlikable. So it's really hard. It's really hard for me with Johnny Depp. I had more kind of feelings of that, like I like Johnny Depp, and I felt bad seeing him in that situation. With Justin Baldoni, it's just like, well, he's in a situation. Maybe he didn't deserve it, but to go as far as to say that I like him is a bit of a stretch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
and
agree with this.
Amelia's right on top of it. This is exactly what I was going to say. This is high school drama bullshit happening between millionaires, and I
courtroom.
really
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
care.
Okay. Let's
Fair
move along
enough.
then.
Boom.
So step.
Didn't move very far. Did we?
Ryan Reynolds is currently writing a Deadpool X.
X-Men.
Should that be
team-up
V?
film.
Team up film. The film would include 3 to 4 X-Men members, while Deadpool would be a supporting character in the film. Reynolds has still not pitched the idea to Marvel.
Thing is, though,
Okay.
Deadpool's a one-stop thing, and he's had his 3 movies. You should just stop now. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to work. Well, it was okay. The last one was okay because of all the member berries, but doing it again,
remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Well,
feel
it
like
should say-
Deadpool's run its course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should say he's having the movie written by someone he will later steal credit from. So they didn't really point that part out.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, maybe Deadpool the TV series. That might be all right.
I think if he's going to make another Deadpool, he shouldn't include any characters from the Marvel world. It should be just him and some adventure. That's what I think. But yeah, he's not.
Haven't all of the Deadpool movies been X-Men team-up films?
I don't
In a
know.
way, yeah.
Yeah, there are a few. Yeah, there are always a couple.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Wasn't he trying to write a story or a movie and make it for not a lot of money? That might be the way to go.
Well, Hollywood's going that way anyway.
Like, like a mega cheap movie, which would depend mainly on story. But
Like Thunderbolts.
That wasn't cheap.
It looked cheap.
Smilex wrenched head pull with Leslie Headland. Let's move on then.
What
Okay,
is
so
this?
The Avengers released 13 years ago today. That's today, folks.
And I enjoyed it so much. I went to see it 3 times in the cinema. I loved
It
it.
was a good movie, yeah.
Yeah, loved it.
I was already an old guy, but I felt like a 15-year-old in the
Yep.
theater. It was
Same here.
magical.
That scene where the camera goes round them, all of them, and the Hulk
Yeah,
is there.
peak,
It's just,
wasn't it?
just like
That was the
comics.
money shot.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah.
The only thing missing was getting a handy under the popcorn bucket.
The thing is, though, this was a boys' brand, a boys' own brand, and it flowed all the way through that movie. You know, Captain America was badass, so was Iron Man, so was the Hulk. Do you know what I mean? And Scarlet Witch was just a co-star in this film. even though
Loki was
character part.
fantastic as well.
She was too. And now it's all reversed. You got all the women, you got Pug, you got, you know what I mean? It's obvious
Yeah.
what they're doing. They're destroying it because comics were always made for boys. They were never made for girls. I mean, a lot of girls like comics, but you know.
It's worth pointing out that the movie didn't necessarily do us any favors because this started the era of Whedon humor in these movies, and it only works if you understand the rest of the story. I don't think anybody but Joss Whedon knows how to successfully do Whedon humor, maybe a little James Gunn, but everybody has copied it subsequently, and
Yeah.
we've gotten a lot of garbage because of it.
But they shouldn't have copied it, should they? Do you know what I mean?
No,
And
no,
that's one of the
yeah.
things, yeah. One of the
Well,
things they should-
people that are hacks have no other real
Yeah.
tool in their toolbox. So
No,
Yeah.
everyone seems to be trying to create a show that's just the new Buffy.
Yeah.
Mm.
right? That's all they do is they just want to try and make the new Buffy the next.
I
Buffy.
loved it. I loved every moment from the Tesseract beginning with sequence with Nick Fury right across the board to the ending. The ending was
Yeah, it's
spectacular.
quality throughout.
It was lovely. It was a lovely movie, and that's putting it mildly.
Oh, it was a
No,
lovely movie.
absolutely lovely. No, it was
Oh, lovely.
it was quite a brilliant film. Let's face it. It was the first time you ever saw something like that, and it was great.
Loki was fantastic. Mewling Quim, what a line!
Yeah, it was great.
He snuck that one through, didn't he?
They did. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. So, happy birthday, 13 years, ironically. Let's
You'll
move on
never
then.
get that again.
It's
Nope.
gone.
Mm. Oh, God, what is this?
Speaking of never getting
Well, it just says here, first Avengers Doomsday set photo confirms filming has begun with Victor von Doomcock.
This is absolutely. I'm not looking forward to this because they're fast tracking this, aren't they? It can't be good if they're fast tracking it. You know what I mean?
This is desperation.
You know what? This should be taking another 2 years to get developed, or even 1 year to get developed before they start shooting. It just feels wrong.
Are they really filming without a screenplay?
I think they are.
It's not finished.
I
This
think
is
they
never
are.
going to be good if they do that.
Yeah,
That's going to
Yeah.
be an absolute disaster. That's a lot of what was happening with Brave New World. They were doing a bunch of filming without a completed screenplay, without a completed script.
What?
And that
Well-
means they had to basically shoot the whole
Yeah.
movie twice
Have
and
you
then
seen
just
that
stitch it
picture
together.
with
Wow.
all of
it-
them?
You,
You've seen the
you
picture of
can't
all
have
of
a you can't have a screenplay without a competent writer, and they don't have any of those.
Go on, Ian.
No, I was just saying, have you seen the picture of all the stars?
Yeah, in a minute.
Are you
Let's
gonna
do
put
it.
up in a
I
minute?
think it's
Go on, Ian. Sorry, I forgot.
There you go.
That one there, yeah. That one there. And it's like none of these stars interest me. You know, I could gladly miss this. You know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Look at it. Who cares about them? The only people I like is Thor, maybe Ant-Man. I think he's a really good actor. The guy plays Ant-Man. Robbie Downey Jr. looks like he needs to sit down. And the rest of them I don't care about.
Who
I
is the
like-
woman?
Don't care.
I like Shang-Chi bloke. He's my favourite.
Wait,
I don't
who
care
is-
about any of these people apart from the ones I mentioned.
Anthony Mackie, Chris Hemsworth, Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I don't know Channing Tatum.
No, thank
Wow. Who's the big black guy there? Who's he?
you. Oh,
Winston
Duke?
Duke, maybe?
yeah, Winston Duke.
Mbuku.
Oh,
Who
right,
who
okay.
is the woman? I don't recognize her.
Sue Storm.
That's, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Sue Storm. Okay.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that Robbie
Gambit.
Downey Jr. in the middle? We're putting his hand up.
I think
Who's that
it
in the
is,
middle?
although he
Yeah,
looks very weird.
yeah, he shaved his. Has he shaved his head? Yes.
This,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
hard-
they're all
hard to
having
tell
fun.
who that is in the middle.
They're all having fun, but we probably won't have fun when we watch it. So,
I mean, if there's no screenplay, we won't be. Imagine
Yeah.
paying Robert Downey Jr. the amount of money they're paying him for this and not bringing a screenplay.
yeah.
it looks like Shang-Chi is holding his fingers up behind Channing Tatum's head to make ears.
Who cares?
It's like-
Shang-Chi shouldn't even be in this. He was never. Was Shang-Chi part of the Avengers in the comics? I don't think so. He
What's
never
in
was.
the box? Our hopes and dreams. That's what's.
Mm,
That's all that's left. Hope.
never was.
that would be all the men's testicles. That's where they're keeping.
And hope.
Who's that guy that said, oh yeah, Hawkeye? They offered him very little money to be in it. And he told him
here
to
you go.
piss off, didn't he?
Dr. Iceman mentioned, can Price find out how much Robert Downey Jr. got to
I thought it was
back
like
to-
75 million, but I could be wrong.
No,
Yeah.
it was 100 million and
Yes.
a lot of benefits, like
Yep.
a full compound, security, private jet, trainers, teachers, so his whole family can live and work while
Yep.
he's doing the same.
He's already made about 600 million from.
And points on the back end.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
got big points on the film. Yeah.
Is that? Thank God the Hulk's not in it, because I hate the Professor Hulk thing.
Yeah, Melvin.
It's so stupid.
And
here you
then
go.
the Russos got 70 million for, so the budget is already at 200 million before they even started.
Here you
Waste
go,
of money.
Amelia Bedelia. Right.
I don't
So,
think it's going to justify itself. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Thank you. Avengers Circle Jerk. Ass Emble.
Look, right. The guy who plays Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi didn't do well,
Shang-Chi.
right? Channing Tatum, I didn't even know why he's in this film at all. Okay, who else is there? Who's that? Is that Johnny Storm? That's with Sue Storm there? I don't know who
Flame
they are.
on.
Yeah,
Flame.
well, I don't know if this film's going to be. What's his name?
No, it doesn't look
No,
like
that's-
Johnny Storm there.
No,
Who's
that's
that?
Ben
that's the
Grimm.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Oh,
the
is
thing.
it?
Oh,
All right.
okay.
African Captain America shouldn't even be in this film at all.
Oh,
You know what?
the
It's just
thing
a
looks
waste of
short.
time.
The thing looks shorter in CGI than the actor is in real life.
yeah, it does, doesn't it? But look, right. I'm not.
It's gonna be shit, everybody.
All the red flags
really
are coming
is.
up. Do you know what? Right, if they release Superman and it's really bad,
That's good.
don't doubt us anymore. That's all I
Superman.
can say. Do not doubt us anymore.
Superman doesn't sound promising, but anyway, okay.
Doesn't.
Shall we probably a sidestep? Can't remember. Okay. The Russo brothers provided an estimate for the runtime for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Doomsday, 2.5 hours. Secret Wars,
How
3
do they
hours.
know when there's no script?
Yeah. I hate this.
How did
I
I
hate
know?
this
There you
because the
no
movie
script.
should be as long as it needs to be to tell the story.
That's right. Yeah.
It doesn't. They don't need to set. Oh, it's going to be 3 hours long right now. We're going to decide that. It should just be as long as they need to tell the story in a solid way that keeps the action moving and it keeps you interested in the film instead of we're going to make sure it's 3 hours long.
But they don't have a story yet, so they have
Exactly.
no idea.
Shit.
And here's the thing: I actually heard this in the theater when Valentina calls him junior varsity Captain America. A woman in front of me goes, "I thought Sam Wilson was Captain America." Now she was literally confused. So,
Here you go, folks. I've been burgled, which is never nice. Wrenched. Hello, my friend. Game me over.
Again, right? They're still playing the woke.
The woke.
thing in this. Look at the lineup. It's just look. You know what? Just give us the ones we like.
are they
So-
filming this in the UK or
Yes.
Atlanta? Okay,
It's UK.
so we'll eventually find out how much this cost.
Yeah. I wonder how much the British taxpayer are ponying up for this.
Oh yes, all you Yanks out there, every time we get a bad superhero movie, thank your UK friends for subsidizing it out of their own pockets.
But
Yep.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
I was
they-
going to say something there, but I better not.
Feige, Disney, everyone involved really believes that this is going to be the thing that restarts the MCU.
No, it won't.
This will be the end of the MCU.
No.
Perhaps
wow.
I should send them
This
a
is
letter. If it does make a profit, perhaps I should send them a letter asking for a cut of my
The
profit. being
Russo
that I
brothers'
subsidized it.
last movie was shit.
Their last
And it
two.
just goes to just goes to show that they were. I now believe that they were carried on those last two films.
Yeah,
So,
Gunn
I'm
was
sorry.
doing some heavy lifting on the scripts.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the last two films that they made was absolute shit. So I have
Okay.
no faith.
The first out of these two, it may make some money. They're going to really, hype up Robert Downey Jr.'s return to the franchise, even though it's not even really a return.
Hmm.
I think that it's probably going to make some money, but it's not going to have the type of hype around it that those other Avengers movies had, because they didn't build a story over so many movies with so many different characters.
Yeah,
They did-
especially if all three of the Marvel films this year are flops.
They
no
built
one's going to care.
they built an audience like me. Everyone here. We loved the Marvel movies. when
Everybody
they
in
were
that
doing it
chat as well.
right.
Yeah.
When they were doing it right, they built the audience, and we were solid, and we were there. And then suddenly they turn it into a girls' brand, and all of us are like,
Weren't good
gonna
enough.
watch this shit. Yeah, and they must know this, though. They must know this. Surely they know this, unless they're really stupid.
Okay, let's move on.
You didn't move on. We're still here.
No. It's There are 2 or 3 slides about this, so we'll try and blast through this. Kevin
Feige,
Feige
like beige.
reportedly told Marvel colleagues that watching every new MCU project had begun to feel more like homework than entertainment. Employees talk regularly about Marvel fatigue and worry they've created a no new fans club where viewers have no clue what's going on.
Mhm.
Who says this? Who's saying this?
Kevin Fair.
Yeah, this came from a Wall Street Journal article.
How is this?
Kevin
how is
Feige
this-
said this?
How is this
Yeah.
consistent with the belief that these two movies are going to re-energize the MCU?
This is just its spin. Basically, instead of admitting we shoved in a bunch of agendas and divisive ideologies and everybody jumped ship, they're
Damn.
like, well, sometimes it's as if they're trying to find reasons as to why there was a decline.
I agree.
Well, the fans are idiots. They already have the reason. We're
Okay.
assholes.
There is another slide. There's 2 or 3 slides, very similar wording, but there are slight differences in points. Kevin Feige reportedly told his Marvel Studios colleagues that watching every new Marvel TV show started to feel like homework than entertainment. The studio will now only release 1 or 2 live action shows per year.
This is complete gaslighting. I didn't even see this other sentence here, and I already knew what they were doing. This feels like also when Bob Iger was bullshitting with Star Wars and why now they're going to scale back and they won't do as many movies and all this other shit. It's like they can't admit that they've done something wrong. They can't admit that they've chased the fans away, and that they always have to come up with some kind of narrative that even when they fail, the narrative will somehow complement their failure. But you know what? Fuck them.
You know, if Kevin, how do you pronounce his name?
Feige.
Feige. Kevin Feige. That's
Feige.
If he just said we fucked up, sorry guys,
He was not going to say that, is he?
he'd get everybody back on side straight
No,
away.
he won't, because he'll still be making shit.
It wouldn't get the stockholders back on side. That's
No,
why
it
corporate never admits to making a mistake. They just can't.
It will take 5 or 6 movies in a row that are loved in the theater.
Well, that's like
It's
football, isn't
gonna
it?
take 2 or 3 years of solid wins of and that's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They're not going to bring
If they wanted
people
to
back
bring
who
back
just
Robbie Downey Jr.,
Yeah.
they should have brought him back as a computer thing, like they did with other characters. That's what it should have done. Not bring him back as Doctor Doom. There's hundreds of actors out there that are better than Robbie Downey that can play Doctor Doom. So, but I know
there you
why
go.
they did it.
Dr. Iceman, I will say, Doc, it's good to see you, mate. Wrenched. First rule of corporate: never admit you're wrong.
Yeah, well, that's part of PR spin. Yeah, you're never going to say you screwed up, right?
Okay.
You just there's these reasons and that reasons, whatever. But yeah,
Sidestep
Moving
in.
Kevin Feige is.
Thank you. Is leading an internal overhaul aimed at getting Marvel Studios back on track. He wants future projects to not require audiences to have prior knowledge of the MCU.
Bollocks, because they basically let leak stuff so they can generate a lot of attention on it. So that's bollocks.
He hopes they don't have prior knowledge of previous flops in the MCU.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
that's,
he's
yeah,
hoping.
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
But again, all of this, I think Price is right.
Have a drink, everyone.
Hey, have a drink, everybody.
Drink.
No, I think they're already getting their excuses for failure in a row. They're getting it
That's right.
set up. So, and of course, they're going to end up blaming the fans first and foremost.
That's right.
We're used to it at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's next. Possibly a sidestep. I don't know. Kevin
Figgy.
Fair has told colleagues good luck with this, mate, that he has a 10-year plan for the they thems.
Well, he's going to have a hard time with making a 10-year plan when he's on the
If they don't
in
make
line for government cheese.
Well, that is his 10-year plan, the
Yeah.
unemployment line, and
Yep.
If
I
they
like- it's-
don't make it a boys' brand X-Men, they're screwed.
He doesn't care. He already has hundreds of millions of dollars. He could
In the
stop
bank,
working
yes.
today and he'll still have hundreds of millions of dollars.
yeah,
I think that that's the problem with some of these studio heads, just like him, just like Kathleen Kennedy. You shouldn't take somebody that already has hundreds of millions of dollars and doesn't give a shit about anything and let them run this kind of stuff, because most people that are in that position, they just, they don't, they're not really doing a creative job anymore. That's how
They're
we got
just,
Kathleen Kennedy. That's why we get this with Kevin Feige now.
yeah, they're just protecting their reputation and promoting any agenda that they might have, but they don't care about performance.
No,
Here
they
you go,
want to
folks.
go to cocktail parties and they want people to sing for "He's a Jolly Good Fellow." You know what I'm
Manuel
saying?
Grell wrenched. Kevin
Feige.
Beige.
is leading an internal focus group to find the contact lenses he must have lost in his office.
See, after Secret Wars, when Feige's let go, they'll bring in Gunn to run the MCU because he will have lost his job after the DCU is a huge flop.
No,
next
wrench.
couple years.
Kevin FIFA is reportedly leading an effort to save his career. Everybody will be saying, "Stop doing that, Kevin." It's
Kevin
annoying.
Feige in recent years, I think
Sorry, folks.
I would have to Google this, but I think he bought a house for $59 million in some
What?
snooty California place. A guy that has like $59
Did it
million
burn
to
down?
dump on a house, you have to understand the kind of money he has and how much he just doesn't give a shit. He gives a shit to an extent, but he's not hungry. He's not thinking. That's the problem. All these people are already fat cats, and that includes the Russos and all these other, people. They're not thinking straight. They're not doing creative things. There's
'Cause they don't need to.
there's no motivation here to really do something good. And and final thing, it's what I always say about Kathleen Kennedy. She
British
basically
cigarette.
her most ladies at her age, when they reach a certain age, they're in the yard and they're knitting sweaters. In Kathleen Kennedy's case, instead of going to the
puppet
yard
heads.
to knit sweaters, she became the president of Lucasfilm. And that's why I think that
Damn.
people that are already of a certain place and status and wealth and age, I think that they should, move on to some other phase and let somebody else handle this kind of thing.
The house he bought was Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's house, by the way.
Damn.
So,
I don't.
it burn
Are
down?
you sure this isn't
Yeah.
because
yes, I'm sure
Lots of great memories made in that house.
Okay.
it was a big
wrench.
deal when they bought it.
Maybe 59 million house burned down in the California fire, so he might be a few pennies short.
Even
Okay.
that, and he still has a hair transplant. Yeah, hair
Is he
plugs
still
aren't
wearing that
cheap.
hat?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
care.
well, the hair transplant didn't work, obviously.
And
Yeah.
on that bombshell. This was the biggie this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
They asked me to do season 2 and they offered me half the money. I'm like, I'm sorry, why? Did you think I'm only half the Jeremy because I got run over? This is not Marvel, mind you. This is like just Disney, not even really Disney. It's just the penny pinchers. That's Jeremy Renner, everybody.
Yeah.
They need the penny pinchers, don't they? Because they've been doing nothing but losing billions.
Plus, he was on Joe Rogan when he said
He was
that, no.
lucky to survive by the sounds of it.
Yeah, and also that show was absolute bollocks.
Yeah, the show's
Yeah.
not going to make any money, so they have to justify what they pay him. I can see his point of view,
Yeah,
and so just don't make the show.
just
By
don't
Don't
the
do
way,
really
it.
need it.
I just read that in his house, Kevin Feige has 18 bathrooms.
What?
That's what it says. It says he has 18 bathrooms in his home. Do you think that he really has a 10-year plan for the X-Men?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? He probably has like a garage with like Lamborghinis and stuff. He has 18 bathrooms. He's gonna
11
Yeah,
set up-
that's-
bedrooms, 18
Is he
bathrooms.
happy?
1.8 bathrooms for
Sure.
each year of the
Is he
plan.
happy?
Yeah.
Is he happy though?
I'm sure he is.
But is he really that filthy that he needs 18 bathrooms?
I don't know.
Well-
I mean, he has
Well,
hundreds of millions of dollars, and I
Brian,
guess he wanted 18
Brian.
bathrooms, so that's what his home has.
There used to be 19 bathrooms, but after Ben Affleck had that accident, it's only 18 now.
Uh,
20,000 square foot home.
I don't have 18 anything in my house.
you don't need something like that. You really don't need something like that. Just get an ordinary house with 2 bathrooms, and if it's just you,
Two
get
sh-
1 bedroom thing.
Oh.
Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? You
All
don't
you- all
need
you-
18.
All you need is an
don't need it.
upstairs shitter and a downstairs shitter.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's all you
saying.
need.
You don't need it. It's just being stupid with money now, isn't it?
P. Diddy asked how much baby oil could you store in 18
5,000
bathrooms?
bottles.
I mean,
In
why
each bathroom.
is he helping people? Is he putting money into cancer research, or helping the homeless or something?
Yeah,
He's
he's-
got all that money.
He's,
They're all
he's fighting
clean.
baldness.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's why it's funny when I saw like Quantum Mania and they're like talking about how great communism is. It's like, dude, you have 18 bathrooms in your house, like, and you like communism?
Yeah, for everybody else, of course, not for himself.
Not for him and his hair plugs. No.
Shit,
Yeah,
shit,
that's how
double
every
fucking
celebrity
standards.
views.
Shit,
That's how
double
all the
fucking
rich people
standards.
view socialism, though. Not for us, but for you guys, the
Um,
peasants.
Here you go, Atom Gray Wrench. Hello, Atom. I have a lot of respect for Renner. I assume that was a
Yeah.
typo since the JRE interview. I've still
Ooh.
to watch it. Is it a good interview? I've seen the bit where he just told him to get fucked, but
Yeah. Have you seen his story about what actually happened with his accident and everything?
yes.
Wow. Oh my
He just
God.
basically just said that he was just lying there waiting for the tracks to run through, didn't he? And was it about the 6th time? He was like, "Oh," and he stuck his head in the. He said he stuck his face with his eyeball hanging out in the snow, didn't he?
Oh God!
Yeah.
Gee.
Or absolutely. This was not some he
Grim.
accidentally
Grim.
got squashed by a tiny tractor. Like he got run over by a
And the
a
pressure
huge,
just
heavy
pushed
piece
his
of
eye out.
equipment. Yeah, I was wild. It's
Fuck.
amazing. It's absolutely amazing that he lived. I mean,
If you ever see
Wild.
Jeremy Renner in public, everybody shake his hand. I think he'd appreciate it. Yeah.
If you shake his hand too much, his eye might fall out.
it could.
just don't do it.
We'll see.
He's a pretty smart guy, and I heard that he doesn't suffer fools very well. So
That's
I do
good.
kind of like him.
hmm
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seems
I
pretty
just
down to
noticed
earth.
an Airbnb. This place just opened up. It's called Feige House.
Feige
Yeah.
Okay. We got a couple of gift memberships from the Staff for Boss Wrench to a Spot. Gifted one MBA and also another one. Cheers, buddy.
Who's this
Oh.
Istaphobe?
You're quite welcome.
Thank you, my
Trying
friend.
to boost up the membership drive.
Oh, good lad.
The
Okay.
algorithm likes memberships, so
Hates everything else about this channel, but there you go.
we're gonna power through it.
Moving on then. Oh, God. Pedro Pascal shares a new photo of a book from the set of Avengers Doomsday.
Ah,
Subtle, isn't it?
for fuck's sake. Ah,
Good luck, everybody.
Fantastic Thor. It's a couple of months. Is it a month? 2 months? It's not long.
Good.
That's
So-
the next one, isn't it?
so is sound racist or sexist now? I can't figure out from what I read.
Don't
Don't-
know.
Don't care.
What a load of bollocks. Literally. Let's move on. It's going to be dog shit. We all know it's going to be dog shit.
Ah, yes.
Oh, speaking
Yes.
Okay, episode 6 of Mobland dropped today. We're not going to do spoilers, are we? For the people
No
who've seen it?
haven't
spoilers for
seen it.
this. Hell no. Watch this
No,
show.
no. Yeah.
Okay.
Haven't seen
Mag-
it yet.
Who's seen it? Prof, have you seen this week?
I have indeed. Yes.
I have to
Go
start
on then.
watching it.
Just one episode after the next. the stakes just keep getting higher and higher every single episode. We carried off from the previous week's
spoilers.
episode. Yeah, no spoilers, but things really hit a new high at the end of the previous episode, and now, the only spoiler I give, it's all out war at this point.
So fucking good.
It's
Yes.
and it's really, really good. We don't even know like exactly what was happening at the end of this episode. There's a hint as to what was going on, but I think that's a misdirect. I think we're seeing potentially a new player in what's going on in this story at the end of this episode. It's really good. So much tension, so much drama, so much great acting. You really should be watching this show if you're not. Subscribe, get your 30 days Paramount, whatever.
Wait till the end, folks.
Yeah,
and
wait
just
till it's over.
do it
and
in.
watch
You
through
will
this.
want to do it in
It's
one
good.
hit. It's so
It's
fucking
really
good. Is there?
So the show is phenomenal, and it just keeps getting better with each episode. And I actually the suspense, the setup is brilliant.
Oh, today.
Like
Fucking hell, yes.
there's just little bits. There is some rewatchability. It's not just the story. You can look for clues that they're dropping. It's like really, it's like worthy of Chekhov the way they're setting the stage. But the stakes too do keep getting higher. I'm not really a teeth grinder, but I find myself like really clenching down as I'm watching this. And I'm like, okay, time to find my old mouthpiece from rugby, because man, the show is just really exciting. I haven't seen a lot of television lately that has just gotten me this involved in the show. The acting, the cast, everything about it is just magnificent. And I'm very careful not to say anything because I wouldn't, it would be a crime to ruin this for anybody, but you can't tell where it's going. There's a couple of ways things could work out with each episode, and they're setting it up properly, but they're not telegraphing it. You just don't know.
There is a lot of TV what I haven't watched, but I do know that this is the best thing on TV at the moment. Without a doubt. What do you reckon, guys?
Let's see. SAS Rogue Heroes came out in 2022. This is the best thing since then, easily.
There you go, folks. It's just so fucking good. Here you go. Sorry, chat moved up. Fat Lubber wrenched. What a spot. Piers Brosnan knocked it up a notch. Yeah.
Oh. You know, when
wrenched. Organized crime done right. Yes.
When people first suggested Brosnan for Bond in the Remington Steele days, everyone said, "Oh, he couldn't play Bond. He's too much of a pretty boy. He's not serious." I can just like, I hope everybody who thought that like gets an eyeful of what he's doing here.
I think Variety YouTube channel did an interview with Brosnan this week where he talks about some clips, some movies and stuff. That was pretty good. Yeah. Mobland was on that towards the end.
I've always liked him, but I really didn't know he was capable of this caliber of acting. Although he did a movie with the guy from Breaking Bad about a bunch of people that all try to jump off of a building at the same time, and they don't, and they end up sort of forming this little club and try to get their lives back on track. And it's a charming little movie. I'll try to look up the name. But he was really good in that. But I haven't seen anything this good from him. And it's refreshing that late in somebody's career, they can still surprise you.
I will say, folks, I think there's 10 episodes. So we've got how many? We've got 7, 8, 9. We've got 4 to go, yeah. When it finishes, definitely get the free trial of Paramount. It's just so good.
The movie's called A Long Way Down. It has Toni Collette and Aaron Paul in it.
Okay, that's if it doesn't go off the rails, though. Watch it go off the rails next week.
I have a fair amount of confidence in this. I think they know what they're doing. Like, I'm not worried.
Price, you're going to catch up. I think you need to, mate.
Yeah, no, I need to catch up. I'm way behind, but Like I said, I haven't had enough time recently to just sit down and catch up on things. What I saw, I liked, but I don't have more to say about it because I have to.
And I will say again, all the bigger channels are going to be banging on about this. You mark my words. Ian, you're going to catch up. It's all right. We'll wait.
Yeah, of course I am. Of course.
It's shit. Oh, no, it's not shit. Okay.
It's not shit. I'm sorry, but I don't have to accept it.
I haven't watched it. So there you go.
Okay. Ellen Mirren. Oof, what a piece of work in it. Let's move on then.
Oh,
Bit of a connection. Roadhouse 2, Guy Ritchie to direct sequel to Amazon. Yeah, it's official, folks.
he's doing really well, isn't he, Guy Ritchie? I mean, it seems to be being hired by Netflix a lot.
The thing is, that first Roadhouse movie that he didn't direct, like the one with Jake Gyllenhaal, was
Yeah.
pretty bad. And
Oh. Directed by the guy who directed Bourne, wasn't it? The same director.
yeah, but it just
Sure.
wasn't a good movie. And the question is if Guy Ritchie is just collecting a paycheck here, or is he's really bringing something to the table? Because the first one was really, really bad, or pretty bad at least.
Yeah. It's hoping he'll bring something to it, I guess. Yeah. But it was a huge hit, though, Roadhouse remake.
I mean, the first movie, the one with Patrick Swayze, was a hit. I don't know if the second one.
No, it was. It was. The second,
It only appeared on Amazon, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a hit for them that like people that
Yes.
have Amazon Prime just clicked play and watched it, even though
did,
it was
yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
I guess that's what's considered a hit
Ian,
now.
have you done
but-
something to your mic? It sounds different.
Oh, does it? I haven't done anything to my mic.
Are you talking to me or to him?
To Ian.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I've done anything. What's wrong with it? Why does it sound
It
bad?
sounds like you're in the toilet now.
That's usually me.
Let's have a look. Let's have
And
a look.
not a metaphorical one, but
No.
you sound farther
hold
away.
on.
You're
All
at
right,
Kevin
okay.
Feige's 18th toilet.
Suddenly
No, that's
Yeah, that's
the
better.
cra-
There you
Yeah.
go.
that's the
Suddenly
crappy one.
Weird.
Don't
No,
ever use number 18 if you're visiting Feige.
Yeah.
Stick to the top 15 ones.
The first one was a huge hit on Amazon. That's why a lot of people watch on Amazon. So that's why they've commissioned a second one. But I don't understand why they didn't get the original director. And why
Didn't they get shafted with a pay deal or something? Because Amazon
I think
said
the
straight
director,
to
yeah,
because
you're
they
right.
wanted to put it out in the movies.
I
Yes, the
think I
director.
vaguely
Yeah.
remember there was an issue
Yeah,
with
we
the
covered it.
original
We covered
director.
it,
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said that the movie that he made was Oscar worthy, and because they didn't do a theatrical release or something, he wouldn't be able to get an Oscar for directing that movie, which is the biggest joke I ever heard. Because man, that movie was very, very mediocre. I think from what I recall, it wasn't even good, and nobody was going to ever give that guy any Academy Awards for that thing. Not that I even think anything highly of the Academy Awards, but even they wouldn't give that stupid movie an award.
I think it was
Yeah,
to do
this
with
is,
the amount what they were paying him for the movie.
Yeah,
It's Zack Snyder logic when it comes to streaming.
yeah.
And this will be the fourth movie in the Roadhouse franchise.
What?
Do you know?
Fourth.
Every
there was
fight,
the road.
every fight they did in this film was covered with special effects.
Yeah, there was a Roadhouse 2 in 2006.
Was there?
Really?
Oh, I
Yep.
must have missed that one.
Okay.
Is that DVD? Straight to DVD?
Almost assuredly, it starred Jonathan Skaich and
Ooh.
Will Patton and Jake Busey.
Wow. I need to seek that one out.
Yeah, I
let's
went back to look up the thing. Yeah, the original director for the first one, Doug Liman,
That's it.
was really pissed off at Amazon because they pulled it from theatrical release. They
Yeah.
were going to give it a full theatrical release, and he was very angry that they didn't keep their promise for that and just put it on
Okay.
Prime.
Let's move on then.
Oh, gold. Come on. Why are we
Dr.
talking about
Watts.
this?
Well, she just got killed in Star Wars Andor, so they condemned her to a life of Doctor Who.
Who's,
No, not
an
alive.
unusual.
Not alive with Doctor Who because it's finishing, isn't it?
who's watched Dr. Watt then?
I didn't watch the one that aired yesterday. I didn't have time. I did see that stupid Andor thing, and
Yeah.
couldn't care less about her girlfriend on the show, or the fact that her character was killed off. Couldn't care less about anything happening on Andor.
All right. Okay, nobody's watched it.
No, move along. No, gold more.
Okay, this is just the ratings. We'll quickly cover it. The Doctor Who rankings have just been released. 1.5 mil, the lowest ever recorded. Last week's bump because of the football masked the dire state of the show is in, as well as the apathy from the general public. Dr. Watt is dead. It's not even resting.
It's just it is dead. The whole show. Again, we all know why, and it's that word again, woke. So woke has destroyed this show completely now.
Yeah, they mentioned overnights. Yeah, I believe I saw earlier today that this version of Doctor Who now has 9 out of 10 of the worst overnights of Doctor Who in all of history.
That's because it's not Doctor Who. It's not.
No,
Doctor
it's not.
Who.
It's. I mean, he screams and runs away and cries in every episode. That's not Doctor Who.
Plus,
Dr. Watt
wears a skirt.
Wears a skirt.
Is that 10th overnight on the high side or the low side? Are they gonna work it out next week or?
Don't know. Okay,
it's entirely possible the next one now kicks that other one out, and now
yeah,
possibly another sidestep. Sorry, folks.
Yeah,
this is the late.
Who cares?
Exclusive alleged plot leaks reveal Jodie Whittaker will be returning to Dr. Watt at the end of the season.
But
I'd still do her.
Would you? But the thing is,
cute,
though, the thing is that they must know now that it's dead. They must know. The BBC and everybody must know that it's not working.
Well, but the ratings were so much better with Jodie Whittaker, so they're going to bring her back.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
They get the two of these to team up, wouldn't that just be the best?
Again, right, it's just it's a lot of weird people running the
Oh, he didn't cry? He didn't cry in the last episode?
Who cares?
Yeah, you got a point.
The Doctor should not be black. The Doctor should not be a woman. The Doctor has always been an actor with that classical voice. Always. Apart from Matt Smith. Matt Smith was brilliant. Why have they done this to Doctor Who? Don't know.
Yeah.
Is there anything they could do to save this, you think?
Yes. Basically, when they bring it back to retcon the retcon and destroy this woke era and make sure it doesn't exist in the new version when they bring
it's really easy to do if they wanted it. If they really wish to do it, as opposed to any other franchise, there are ways that this can get done, and they're not even difficult. I just don't think that they're going to admit that they did something bad, and they're not going to do what they need to do.
I don't know who made the suggestion. Someone said they should just next season it just starts with
Patrick Duffy.
It starts with the 13th Doctor. He just sits up and pulls a dream crab off his face and goes, that was weird.
That was me. That
was Price.
Yeah, but they are going to do that in the opposite direction.
Look,
the goddess of storytelling.
If they don't retcon the retcon and it comes back, it'll still be dead. And if the BBC's still in charge and the same people that are in charge of the BBC, they still believe in the woke stuff, it'll still be dead. Right?
Can I ask a dumb American question?
Yeah.
Is the BBC the only people that make television in England, or are there any competing studios?
BBC owns
there's ITV.
Yeah, BBC owns the copyright to Doctor Who. They own Doctor Who.
Right,
so
but
that's
I meant
it's not going to go
they farm
anywhere
it
else.
out. They farm it out.
I meant television in general, because it seems
no.
like the BBC is everything over in,
ITV.
Okay.
Well, ITV, Channel 4, and Channel 5.
Channel 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those
Channel
are weird
5.
names.
Channel 4 and Channel 5.
Yeah. Well, 1, 2, and 3 are all BBC. Yeah.
Oh God, if I was in charge of Doctor Who, man, I'll tell
That's
you,
what.
the fans will love me and the BBC will hate me. That's all I
Every
can say.
every time I feel like watching Doctor Who, I watch a Young Ones
what.
rerun instead.
Let's move on.
It's the wrong day. It wasn't the 4th.
I know this is for the idiots.
Normies. Yeah, normie Star Wars Day.
You're
And
looking
people with
very-
lisp. It's people with speech impediments.
Prof, you're looking good there, mate.
Why, thank you.
You're a bit dirty.
So this-
You
my-
got a
this is
bit dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, it was my pre-professorial days. I was still, wandering and.
You got a bit of carbon scoring around your
Yes,
mouth.
I did.
Um,
I did
Which
back
is
then,
is it the 25th of May?
I think
Yes.
so. Yes, the
Yes.
22nd.
It's Swappers' birthday that day.
Mm. May the 25th be with you.
Yeah. Okay, let's
Ah.
do some Star Wars related stuff.
Must we?
Oh, no.
Ugh.
No thanks. No thanks.
Andor, everybody.
I had my
He's
friend-
almost
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
he's almost making a different expression in the poster. Almost like
This was episode.
This is episode Who Cares?
6.
Who cares?
yes.
Anybody?
I
Who
will
cares?
say this is that I understood that Chris Gore says that it said that in episode 6 it's really exciting.
Not
He
Frank.
said that about Daredevil.
He said that about episode.
Yeah.
He said that
I
about.
also said that about Andor. That's what
Yeah,
I thought. In any case, I saw all the episodes, including episode 6, and at least as far as I'm concerned, nothing exciting happened. There's after 6 hours, or I don't know how long I've been watching this crap. There's maybe like 5 minutes that I could stitch together that things happened in them that I thought like maybe here's a cool scene or here's like a cool idea. But 5 minutes out of 6 hours is not enough for me to say that it's interesting. This show is really, really boring, and that's worse than all the other stuff.
Oh,
even with the
dear.
grape, just serving grapes and things like that.
Oh,
It
God.
being boring for 6 episodes is the worst sin that it could commit.
And,
If this was a weekly TV show, it would have been canceled 3 weeks ago.
I have friends that keep telling me it is one of the best Star Wars to come out of Star
Not
Wars. I'm
Platoon,
like,
is it?
what have you been watching? What are you just
Mauler?
stupid? I don't get no. Some of my friends they're telling me, and I'm like, it's rubbish. It's boring. It's like we know this guy dies. What is the point of actually having a
Well-
series?
Well, I'll say that season 1, I had a similar sentiment, about season 1. But I will say that season 1 had its boring moments. But when it wasn't boring, there really were some things that I genuinely liked. I can't say that about season 2. Season 2, a lot less to like about it. So
Yeah.
I had mixed
Yeah.
feelings about season 1. Season 2, I don't even have the mixed feeling. It's just really bad, I think.
There was a
here you
really
go.
oh,
No, go on.
But no, I was just gonna say there was a really enjoyable bit. I believe it was at the end of
Bit.
episode
What?
5. No,
What?
really. At the end of episode 5 with Forrest Whitaker, where he's really just kind of going off with that character, kind of showing how kind of on the edge, a little close
He
to
does as
insane
well.
he is, and
Close.
it's a really enjoyable scene. But
He
that's
does.
it. That was
He
it. One
does.
little scene.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't like the. go ahead.
Go on.
I was gonna say I don't really like the character of Saw Gerrera. Somebody that crazy, that insane. It would be difficult to have people. If he just kills anybody when he's in a bad mood, he's gonna run out of people to follow him, and people are not gonna trust him. And by this time, I couldn't imagine any of the other rebel leaders would want to
Well,
have anything to do with it.
But I think that was the point of the scene, was not that he's particularly a great tactician or anything like that, but he inspires people, because that's what he's doing in that scene. He's radicalizing that guy. He's inspiring him to become a rebel, and so I
Ego
think
folks.
that's where he gets his followers.
See, I felt like I would be inspired to run the hell away as quick as I could.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Drew Gordon wrenched. Yeah, Marlowe and Platoon and me think it's good. We all must be. That word.
No. That's your
Titan
opinion.
wrenched. Count me
yeah.
in. Yeah.
Look. That's your opinion, okay? And God bless you for that, right? I'm not gonna slag off people who like this show, but for me, it's boring. It's boring as hell, and I know the characters die. What is the point of me watching it? And the only
Well-
reason why they made this show is because this guy is a Spanish dude, and it's all about diversity and all this rubbish. This show does not need to exist at all.
The point of it is to fix the prequel movie, whose point was to fix the original Star Wars
He
movie.
hasn't fixed it. He's made it
but
boring.
I can, if I may, I can see why people like this.
How can you see people?
I
like
think.
how-
Well, I
like-
just think they
what-
like the story, the world building, and stuff like that. But for
Yeah.
me, it's just
boring.
not for me.
Well, let's
gonna
just say
watch
the world building doesn't make any sense. Does the Empire not have security cameras? None of this 1940s cloak and dagger resistance France bullshit would work even today with the amount of security cameras we have. It's just ridiculously stupid, but there's some good bits and good performances in there. And I actually can't wait to edit the entire season down into a good 2-hour movie when it's
I think that's the main problem.
Mm.
There could be a very, very good supercut if it was tight as,
As a duck's ass.
Yeah,
and not just self-indulgent. It's just self-indulgent at times.
It's hard to take the drama seriously when they have to remove a bug that they planted in a museum that nobody is ever at anyway. So what's the whole point? Or this mystical variations of the fuel MacGuffin machine? Like, just none of it makes any kind of sense. And so the drama that extends from that doesn't have any impact on me.
I haven't seen season 2, but I've
Okay.
seen season 1. It's absolute nonsense. But if people like it, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, Melvin Deeply Wrenched, Wallaceport. I'm with Price. Season 1 had flaws, like the lack of action, but I still enjoyed it. Season 2 is bad. I mean, very bad.
Mm,
Um,
good luck.
yeah, the prison arc in season 1, that had real emotional impact. Guys, unjustly convicted, thrown into prison. You could relate to that, but this stuff, not so much. So, season 1 was slow too, but eventually you got to the good stuff and you were able to forget about the other crap. I'm not sure that'll be able to happen.
Didn't we say on one of the roasts that the problem with this is somebody need to rein Gilroy in? You need reining in a bit, and then it would have been a better series.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
with a net and handcuffs and rope
It's like,
and a
yo,
cattle
Tony, pack it in, son. Yeah.
Mm.
But anyway,
And then
okay.
the cost of making this show, someone mentioned in the chat. a few people
600,
mentioned in the chat.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Actually, it's
six-
closer to 7 now.
just insane.
They have
Nearly
never,
$100 million an episode. That's
ever since Disney's taken over Star Wars, they have not given us Star Wars at all, as far as I'm concerned.
Where's Platoon when we need him? But anyway, let's.
We have
let's-
Bryce, for God's sakes.
Let's do some super duper. Okay. Prof, are you available, mate?
Joe Eager for $20 That's
Cheers,
real
Joe.
money where I'm from.
$20.
Thank you, Joe.
Cheers, Joe.
Diego Luna genuinely is the worst part of Andor seasons 1 or 2.
Why am I not surprised?
And Rogue One, when you think about
Yeah,
it.
and what's really funny is, this is yet another example of them making a show called something named after somebody, and then they're not even like the main
Wasn't
character
it
of the show.
Am I allowed to say Latinx? Latinx?
Latinx.
Oh,
I
That's
don't know
what it
how
is,
they.
isn't it?
it's Latino. Just
Oh, I don't even know how they say it or how they think you should say it.
Well, anyone who is Latino does not like you using Latin X or
No,
Oh, yes,
they hate it.
assuredly.
Latin is another one they've tried to pitch. Yeah, they hate it.
Okay. Here you go. Been waiting for a while. Megath Berryman wrenched €5. Any plans for a 24-hour ROTS stream, Brown? Not 24-hour. We said that about what was that one we did last year? That was going to be 12. that went
Attack of
into
the
that-
Clones?
Yeah, that happened
Yep.
to be up 5 days.
Yeah.
There are plans afoot. Fave lightsaber duel in the original trilogy, lads.
Yeah,
Anybody?
the
Duel of the
original
Fa-
trilogy. Original trilogy. Yeah, it would have to be the Vader and Luke duel in the Return of the Jedi. Literally the best part of that entire film. It carries huge emotional weight, and it's excellent.
No.
No, none of that garbage. No, just the fight between the two of them at the end of Return of the Jedi. The best.
And did everybody answer? It's probably that one, wasn't it? Please tell the Leslie.
original.
Please
No.
tell.
Sorry. No, I got it wrong, but that's okay. Keep going.
Please tell the Leslie
Ugh.
story. Price.
Don't.
Oh,
Do I have to? Well, he paid money.
Don't.
he's paid.
He paid. I once sat at a bar and Leslie
Oh,
Evans sat
that's
next
it, that's
to me
it, that's
and we
enough.
had
He
drinks
once-
and she talked about movies.
And you all lived happily ever after. Okay.
And you rest your
Just-
bear on his head because her head was so square, right? Is that,
no,
is that
rest,
what you're
no,
gonna
but
say?
pint glass.
Pint glass, yeah.
Istophobus, very generous with these gifted, wrenched super. Well, spot by the way. Gifted 1 NBA membership. Thank you, my friend. And Oosh Bala wrenched will spot member for 2 months. Broom saw the community post. Thanks for all you do. You are welcome, my friend. I know my lot in life. Shall we move on? Indeed. Revenge of the Sith has now passed 900 million. Silence.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
adjusted for inflation, it would be over $1 billion. I don't really
Yeah.
know why they even calculate this stuff. It's just
Is it still out in the theaters, or was
no.
it just
They
for the
pulled
week?
it because they wanted people to go see Thunderbolts. So Disney pulled it instead of letting it have more time in the
Shit.
theater.
But it did a total of I think 42 million.
It would have done quite well, I feel.
Especially now, like supposedly this weekend would have been the time to release it. So it's really dumb.
Oh dear. All
Don't
right.
care.
Never mind. Where's Swappers when we need him?
Yeah.
Ian McDiarmid says he was never told if Palpatine fucks, so he had to work it out in his head. Does this evil monster ever have sex? And we don't really know the answer to that question.
Because it was stupid. It's a stupid idea in the first place, so we don't care. That film
I
was
feel like
absolute shit.
Swappers could get at least 10 minutes of material like that. But anyway, are we bothered?
Not so
No.
much.
No, fuck it. Let's move on. Rosario Dawson on the set of Ahsoka Season 2. Filming has now begun.
I see she hasn't been taking her Ozempic. She looks like Ronald McDonald.
But why are they making season 2?
I agree with you. Ian.
No.
I don't know. It's the
So
first
we can
one was so bad.
Because
Can't
Dave
imagine why they're
Filoni,
making
Filoni-
another one.
yeah,
'Cause
Dave Filoni's
Filoni-
still there.
Yeah, and he has a life-size Ahsoka by his bed,
Yeah,
and he's in charge.
We need to find out what happened to Down's cat.
yep.
Oompa, loompa, doompa
Stick
dee.
it up your jumper.
It's
Tax
the feet.
evasion, apparently.
The
It's been
feet.
shot in the UK, isn't it? So more taxpayer.
I do like the
Fucking hell.
actress, but I just think the show's rubbish.
I think that-
2 episodes, that was enough for me.
I think the UK is on the verge of bankruptcy, but that's just me. Shall we move on?
Moving on.
Well, sidestep. Rosario Dawson shows off her bruises from the first week of filming Ahsoka Season 2. Week 1 won.
What is she bumping into the stunt double when they
Not a
Yeah,
week
her?
one.
Is she a klutz? I'm not sure I understand how you're managing to get bruised on the set of this. When we saw how she moved in the first season, right? She was practically looked like an elderly person moving around with a lightsaber. I don't know how you.
Yeah, how do you get
Injured
bruised
doing
in
that.
slow motion?
Yeah, when they have to film all your scenes at 1x and play them back at 1.5 so that you look like you're actually
Here you
moving.
go, folks. Echo,
What are they going to do this season? The same thing?
We're going to find out what happened to Dan's cat. Echo Chamberlain Wrench. She borrowed the pants off that fat chick in the first. That's
It's
no
true.
moon.
But, you know, I do like her, but she doesn't deserve this TV show.
I
really.
used to like her.
What, she said something bad?
No, this show made me hate her.
Ah, right, okay.
No, I don't hate her. I listen. If she's in something else, I don't hate her. I just think that in this thing, they did
It's
an awful
Filoni's
job with
writing.
her.
I hate.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the Mandalorian episode where she showed up as Ahsoka, but as everybody here knows, Filoni has Ahsoka on the brain. She's his prize creation, and he's going to put her into anything he can.
Mm.
Dead, everybody. Killed that.
Move along. Oh no. No.
New look at Superman and Lois in James Gunn's Superman.
He had to prove they have more rubble than the Thunderbolts.
What's the latest rumor going around at the moment?
Monkeys. That's the latest rumor.
Go on, monkeys. Gary covered this. What is it? Monkeys. Go
Oh
on.
God, I can't remember. So monkeys. So Lex Luthor is putting stuff out on social media saying Superman is shit.
Oh, they tried to cancel him, don't they?
And they have a bank of monkeys, intelligent monkeys, doing stuff on the internet, according to Chris or Frank Gore, saying that it's true because what his friend that watched the film told him it was true. So there you go. Another red flag for Superman. I don't know how many red flags has gone up since we saw the first trailer, but as far as I'm concerned, I think I can't even move. There's so many red flags. There you go. Anybody else?
No, we're
Nobody wants
just.
to
I
talk
think
about
we're
it?
all just. We're stunned
We're
into
stunned,
silence.
At least
Yeah.
they didn't tape her boobs down.
Yeah, I guess that's one good thing. I guess.
Small favors.
And Superman's costume still looks like shit.
Yeah. My hope for this movie continues to drop every time there's some new thing that comes out about it.
Who's going to see this, folks? Chats. Are you? I'm having,
I will. I
I'll
will.
see it.
but-
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna see
will. Unfortunately, but I'm having serious reservations.
I heard that Lex Luthor wears his green suit. You know, the suit in the comics where he tries to take on Superman or Harry. I mean, if that's rumor is true, then I'd like to see that because they've never done it in a Superman.
Oh, like his power suit.
yeah, his power
Yeah.
suit.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Ugh.
Somebody sign.
Everybody in
Okay.
the chat should be saying, "Cannot wait for this. It's going to be fantastic."
I know.
Yeah.
Again, I would say the first time I saw a
Fucking
picture of
hell.
Superman was on Sundays. Used to get newspapers with magazines in it, and then I think my dad got the Daily Mirror, and it was a magazine, you know, the magazine. And I opened the middle page with Superman flying and the Golden Gate Bridge behind him, and I was psyched. I saw this picture of Chris Reeves flying. I was like, "That's Superman. I want to see that film."
Fucking hell.
Every time I see pictures of this, I'm like, I'm just like, this is going to be shit. Do you know what I mean?
I think they're gonna rue the day where they decided to not give Cavill that one last film.
But if this fails, right, that means Warner Brothers is in trouble, right? If this film fails, you know, is that right? Or, you know, they're going to make a Supergirl film?
They're already shooting the Supergirl film.
It's like, anyway.
At this point, they might make more money if they released Batgirl. There's so many people curious to see it.
Yeah. And he doesn't even look like Superman. He looks like a bad cosplay person playing Superman. That's what he looks like. I don't care what anyone says. People saying, "Oh, of course he looks like Superman. That costume's great." It's not. You just don't know how bad this costume is. You're a normie if you say that. Normie.
Okay.
Oh no.
New look at Mr. Terrific in
What
He's wearing a Transformers jacket.
What the
It's a black guy wearing blackface. Is that okay?
Exactly. What the
I mean,
hell?
that's
And
it's
the
pretty comics
Transformers jacket.
accurate, but
Doesn't
I don't know
matter.
how. I don't know how this is new. We saw a very clear view of him in the teaser that was released. I mean,
I know, but it looks worse when you see a still of him. It really does.
yeah,
Yeah, there are many comic accurate things that just don't belong in cinema.
yeah.
It's true.
Dark Hour's got a Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, fuck me.
You're in my best what? What's he got on his
Oh,
t-shirt?
sorry.
Who dresses
You're
James Gunn?
My best something. What's
His
that?
wife, she'll be in it.
View.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
God, it's going to suck. This. I
Viewer
can just
something.
feel it.
Yeah.
It's going to suck, isn't it?
I hope not.
Well, despite the plastic surgery, I think she's still a 1 at this point. So
Oh,
There you go.
no.
Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, they're already in damage control mode before the
Yeah.
movie is even out.
It's not for us, by the way. This
It's
film
not
is
for everyone.
us.
Rachel Brosnan says Superman isn't for everyone and will surely anger the same old people who didn't support idea of progress and empowerment. Oh, for fuck.
I couldn't find any supporting documents that this was a real quote.
Same
Oh, is it
sent
made up?
I
Same
saw
here.
it. Yeah, I sent it to Price. He said,
Is
I
it
don't
made
think
up?
it's real. And we looked, it's only on Facebook. I haven't seen the quote anywhere else. I think
Only in
it's
this
made up.
one person on Facebook. It's not like that there's 70 sources. People are just quoting. It's like I would
This-
just say now, James Gunn called me and told me that he was an idiot. And then you'd print that and everybody would use me as the source, but I
Right.
just made that up.
Is
Okay.
it Mike
It-
Zero that put this out?
It's like Price of Reason's ex-girlfriend, Leslie Headland.
Tachyon
sort of thing.
Pulse? Was it Tachyon Pulse?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's
Yeah,
Tachyon Pulse
Your
probably did
mate.
it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't Mike Zero. Not the one.
You know what annoys me when I look at that Tachyon Pulse? He doesn't even edit. He just sits there. There's like a camera, and he just sits there and talks and just make. I'm not saying maybe he doesn't make up a
He's
story.
getting the views, though.
That's what bothers
Oh,
me.
what I am.
That's what bothers me is that he just seemingly it's like exclusive, and then he just sits there and talks about some crap that
Exclusive.
who knows if it's true or not, and then he just does it again and again, and he gets views and
Exclusive.
followers, and I don't know. It makes me
Who's-
question what it is that I do. I try to do like stuff
Yeah,
that
no,
actually
same here.
has
Same here.
value.
Same here. Who wants to read a super chat? Who? I think it's a joke. Who's good at telling jokes?
I'll try it. I saw the mother-in-law.
Flav Rage
Oh.
World Sport, £20. Don't forget.
Flav wrenched some sport logo.
World of Sport, yeah.
20 quid, proper money. I saw the mother-in-law being mugged by 6 lads. My mate said to me, "Aren't you going to help?" And I said, "No, 6 should be enough."
Oh, I heard that joke.
Very good.
That was
He's here all
who
week.
was that said by? I can't remember. But I've
Les-
heard this joke.
Sounds
before.
like a Les Dawson
Yeah, it does
joke,
sound like,
perhaps.
yeah.
Cheers, Flav. Shall we
Move
on?
along.
Don't know. Okay.
Sergeant Rock.
Luca Fair.
Guadagnino.
Sergeant Rock film has been cancelled via
Oh.
Hollywood Reporter.
What a surprise.
Wasn't it uncanceled after this?
And
though?
then, about an hour later,
It's back.
Luca, help me out.
Guadagnino.
Guadagnino.
I believe it's
Sergeant
Guadagnino,
Rock is now reportedly not cancelled and has been reassessed to potentially begin filming next summer.
The reason why it's being reassessed is because it'll be called Mrs. Rock, and they'll turn it into a woman, and she'll be gay. And
Well,
so there you
this is Luca Guadagnino. We know what he's films he's famous for making. So
Go on.
yeah, it's definitely going to be gay. His last movie was called Queer. That was the name of his movie.
Isn't what's his face has been cast in this?
Yes,
hasn't
he's
he?
been cast in this as
Daniel
Sergeant
Craig,
Rock.
and then
yeah,
he
Daniel
bit-
Craig.
And I don't know.
go. Daniel Craig loves acting gay, doesn't he?
Oh,
Yes, and
Wonder
Luca
why.
Guadagnino, every movie of his has been gay. First of
Gay?
all, he had the movie that Timothy Chalamet, who was
Challengers.
a
Why-
kid.
Why
Who
are
was a
you
kid
gay?
at the time, falls in love with Army Hammer. So it was
Mm.
like a child falling in love
Jesus.
with an adult, but it was presented as very positive, and it got like Academy Awards and stuff, or
Damn.
nominations. So that's what really put him on the map, that he did that movie. And then he did Challengers, which was supposed to be a sports movie, but ended up two dudes making out that also love Zendaya, but like making out with each other or something. That was a terrible movie. And the queer one, I'm sorry, that I didn't even watch that one. I mean, that one
So what-
already like explained to me that I don't need to watch it.
Why have they given him this movie then? I don't understand.
Because they have to give him every movie because they want to see a bunch. You're asking this is exactly in your, you know exactly what
Come
the
on
answer
in,
is.
get
Just
with
putting
it.
it out
Come
there.
on, get
Putting
with
it out there.
They want these movies to be very gay, so that how they hire him. And this isn't like an istaphobe type of situation. This is a situation where they literally hire him because he makes gay movies, and that's what they want in their movie. I don't think you hire him for any other reason.
But this is DC though, aren't they? Like they want Superman to
Yeah, dog's
be a
cock.
big hit, and Sergeant Rock is one of their, one of their characters. Are they going to allow this guy to make Sergeant Rock gay? I mean, look at him.
It
Well, the
needs-
people that are running DC are of the same ideology.
It needs the soundtrack should be XTC Sergeant Rock. Do you remember that song?
I thought all this ideology was disappearing. I thought woke was dead. Apparently,
No,
not.
they're doubling down, aren't they?
It takes a few years for some of these projects to work their way out, and
But this
then
is a
there's
new
definitely
project.
some
This
some
is a
groups
new
that are
project,
doubling down.
right?
And they invaded publishing long before they got to television and movies, and it's going to take longer to clear them out if they're even able.
Shit.
Like this stuff was going on in 2000 with comics and science fiction and publishing in general.
Sergeant Rock is gonna help.
Well,
me.
we Rock.
Exactly.
They might as well just call him Sergeant Rock Hard, and let the
That's probably what I changed the title to.
Everybody go on YouTube. XTC Sergeant Rock. Great song. Shall we move on?
No.
New poster for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning in theaters May 23. Now, this one I am looking forward to.
So am I. 4DX, man. I'll go and see it. I'll see it in
4DX,
4DX,
man.
I'll pay the extra cash to see it in 4DX.
Pay some money to get squirted in the face with
That's
some water
right.
and
Yeah. Well, you can turn the
shaking around
water
in your
off.
chair.
You
Well,
could go
shaking
to
around
the.
the chair would be
You could
great.
go. They could go to the Luke. What's his name?
Guadagnino.
Get
Yeah.
squirted in the face. You'll enjoy that. Ian.
That'll be the Sergeant Rock film.
Queer in 4DX.
That's
Yeah.
right. Sergeant Rock film. No, I'm looking forward to this film. I'm hopefully
I hope it's
it'll
a
be really
success.
good and Tom Cruise. Yeah.
I'm
Does
looking
he say
forward to it
Mm.
too.
Well, when they
154. That's not a great poster.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
yeah,
No.
but he's actually
Love it.
hanging off that thing by his arm.
Yes.
Like
With a couple of cables attached to him, of course. But yeah. That's been rubbed
Oh,
out.
do you know, Mr. Cruz? I hope it's a success for you, mate.
Yeah. So do I.
he's one of the few people left that really cares, I think.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
gotta
Saved
appreciate
Hollywood.
that. Yeah.
But
Gotta
he's working within the system, isn't he? The Hollywood system. And he's doing his best to try and make it good, I guess.
Okay. Haley Atwell is in the movie. Yeah.
She is.
Kind of a mini sidestep. A new Mission Impossible Final Reckoning popcorn bucket has been revealed.
Mm.
It can only be opened with a key.
Oh, for God's sakes.
That's all
They're
right.
supposed to get the popcorn out then.
We
The
obviously
key
want-
doesn't work. The key doesn't work. You're in
What
trouble.
annoys me is they don't do those in the UK.
Oh, they don't?
No, we don't get. any of
Well,
those.
yeah, you mean by the time you get to it, it's all sold out anyway.
How do
we
your
don't.
theaters stay in business?
They're
They close
finding
down.
it
They
very
don't.
hard. Yeah, they find it very
Mine,
hard to stay
yeah.
in business. Yeah.
No, we don't get the quality popcorn buckets like this.
Mm.
No, we never get these.
I do think that popcorn buckets are the reason a lot of theaters stayed open last year.
This popcorn bucket's gonna be given away free with tickets, but you have to pay $70 for the key. So
Very good. That's what we did there. Okay, let's move on. That's 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks? It's out.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Everybody go see it. Support Mr. Cruz. Let's move on. A Mad Max double feature of Fury Road and Furio is coming to theaters August 22nd.
Both films are really well directed, but both films suck.
Why?
I agree. I agree with you.
Why don't they
Wow.
show 2 actual Mad Max films?
Well,
Back
they
to
have
back
fun in the
August 20th.
past.
I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
worse movies than those two, but they weren't great. Like the Fury Road one, that was a farce that everybody was saying how great it was. I
Yeah.
really didn't like
Yeah.
that movie. And Furiosa, if it wasn't a Mad Max movie, it was just a random movie. There were some elements there that I didn't dislike, and it wasn't directed poorly, just like you said. But neither of those movies are anything special.
They're not. They're under the guise of Mad Max, and if you don't have the main character in it, why call it Mad Max? You might as well just call it something else. The first
Right.
movie,
I mean,
right?
if they're so confident in their
Yeah.
ideas, then why don't they just release
about-
it as like
Exactly.
Girl Boss? Call the movie Girl Boss.
Call it Pissed Off Max.
Mad Maxine, of course. Like,
The thing that spoilt the first one was Tom
No,
Hardy.
Max.
I thought Tom Hardy did not make a good Mad Max. Look, I know Mel Gibson was in trouble at that moment in time, but for me, if I was directing it, I would have got Mel Gibson. No question. Oh
I
man,
agree
Mel
with
Gibson.
you. I
No
don't think that
question.
Tom Hardy seemed like Mad Max at all, and that
No.
whole thing was dumb to begin with. It's
Yeah.
either you have Mel Gibson and you make some kind of movie with him and you call it Mad Max, or you don't. And Fury Road was like a bait and switch. The only reason most people didn't notice is because it happened before 2016, before
Yes.
2017. It happened at a time where people just weren't paying attention to that. It wasn't on people's radars. If Fury Road was released today, we'd already like 5 seconds after
Yeah.
the first trailer
Yeah.
be clobbering it. And rightfully so. But at the time, people were more generous and forgiving and open-minded. And do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, totally. The thing about Fury Road
Are you
is
saying
that
Price is Right?
I am indeed. Take a
Take a
drink. The thing about Fury Road is that the action was really good in it, but it was just too much. Even when you watch Mad Max 2, there's a lot of action in it, but they were all real. They felt real because they were real. In Fury Road, there was a lot of CGI in that stuff. And again, right, the director, he can direct. He is so good at directing. He's old school and new school, and especially Furiosa. The way he directs Furiosa is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful to watch, but both films suck because I didn't care about any of them. I didn't care about none of them. Do you know what I mean? When our boyfriend got killed, I didn't care. I just didn't care. But
Nobody
I
cares.
admire the beauty of the way the film is made. That's why I watched them.
Was it George Miller?
George Miller, yeah. George Miller's a brilliant director. Fantastic director. Anyway, that's my
Sorry, chat moved up. Robert Vandrest Harrington. There is only one Mad Max
Yeah.
with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. And even the third one was good as well, even though he didn't direct it, he half directed it because he had a tragedy in his family. The third one, I still find that enjoyable, even though it wasn't as good as the last two. I don't know what you thought, Price, of the third one with
What, from
Tina
the Mad Max
Turner.
movies?
Yeah, from Tina Turner.
I thought that the first and second one were good. Like the first one was good, the second one was great, and the third one was kind of okay. I
Yeah,
don't love the
I
third
thought-
one. There's too much it's as if they wanted to do Hollywood, and I don't know, the children there running around. There's some
Kid
stuff there that's-
friendly.
yeah, like they wanted to tone it down or something, and
Get more
some
money.
it's as if like some chefs entered the kitchen that shouldn't have been there.
Mm.
I don't know how else to describe it. Like there's some things in it that are good, but then there's some additional things that are misguided. But
Yeah.
compared to Furiosa and Fury Road, I'll take the Thunderdome one.
Yeah, same here. So,
Okay. Let's move on.
I guess to just finalize, it's a Mad Max movie. It's just not the best Mad Max movie.
yeah.
Speaking of Totty,
What is this?
Zendaya will appear in Shrek 5 as Shrek's daughter in theaters December 23, 2026.
Well, I don't understand, right? And I know why they
She
do
looks
it.
all right
why they-
there.
Why they put famous people's voices into cartoons. I know why they do, because they're trying to sell it internationally. If they say they've got Zendaya in it internationally, people will buy it. But do they really need these voices to sell it? Shrek is such a big franchise now. You don't really need it. Would sell on its own. It would sell because it's Shrek. Do you know what I mean? And you got Mike Myers do the voice, and
They
Eddie
know
Murphy. That's
that
all you need.
Zendaya has a lot of followers on social media or whatever it is. They need, in their eyes, they need her for that kind of social media crap. I personally am not a fan of hers, but there are people that like her, especially young people, and there's nothing I can do about it. As for her looking good in this picture, I think that she is the type of has the type of look that if you have like a runway model, like you need her to model like a skinny model type of thing, she probably would be okay for that. It's just that I just don't like her as this kind of, they try to make it seem like she's very sexy, and I don't think that she usually is. Her behavior doesn't generate that.
She's sexy if you're a dude into other dudes.
Melvin
I
likes her.
guess.
I just don't know why they need her.
I guess if you're into that kind of stuff, but but
Easy.
yeah, I mean,
Easy.
it's the thing is that there are certain actresses today, I don't even see it much, that they have something about them that's sort of like a sexy factor, and she for me doesn't have it.
Well, look at all they're casting. The Pug, no sexy factor in her. The girl who's going to play Supergirl, no sexy factor in her.
I agree with you.
It seems to
thrown
be.
out. They don't want women that generate any kind of sexy factor at all. They've gotten rid of that. And
Male gaze is bad.
Blackburn went for a spot. Price likes them big, with big
But the thing
booty.
is, though, I don't understand that comment that a male gaze. What about when they made the last Thor movie? Wasn't all the female?
They don't mind
gaze?
when there's female gaze.
But
They
that
just
makes
don't
no
like.
sense.
They just don't like it when
Shared
men look at
so-
women.
so-
They think women can look at men all they want.
Right, so women are allowed to be women and men are not allowed to be men. Is that what
Exactly.
Hollywood is saying?
Yeah, that's exactly
Yep.
right.
Well,
Well,
finally-
on top of things. Yes.
Finally, Ian gets it. We've been
Yeah.
trying to explain.
No, I did get
He's
it, but what
beginning
I'm
to
saying,
believe.
what I'm saying is that all of us should really not see these films then, because if that's what they're doing, and exactly what they're doing, so screw them.
I just don't get them bringing her in as a voice actor. She doesn't have a very distinctive voice. I don't really care if she's voicing a character in a show. Get a real voice actor.
Yeah, and you're
with
missing
something
out
really
on some of the.
distinctive.
They're only doing this because they want her to go do the circuit. She'll go do Variety,
Yeah.
and they'll ask her if
Yeah.
the movie is gay, and she'll say yes. She'll go do like hot wings and eat a bunch of spicy crap and drink milk, and she'll do and whatever the fuck they do on that stupid show. And you know what? She's gonna go to every single one of these dumb things. She'll go to Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel and
Jimmy
Stephen
Savile.
Colbert, and they'll all laugh at her jokes. And they're just going to shove this in your face in every way possible. That's why they hired her. Nobody
Is
gives a
this
shit about
the-
her voice.
Is this the gayest Shrek ever?
Absolutely, it's the gayest. That's probably what's going to happen. Her character's going to fall in love with another female character. and
Whatever
be
the
Shrek's
worst
gonna
case
be
scenarios we
pissed.
can
Yeah.
think of are all going to happen exactly as we imagine them.
Here you go, folks. Side effect legend wrenched. We need to be able to crack one off in movie theaters again. Damn it!
It's not that. It's the fact that
It is.
It's a double. It's a double standard, isn't
It
it?
is double standards, sheer double fucking standards.
It
Yeah.
is.
Women
Well,
are
every-
allowed to look at men, muscular men, and
Sheer
they
double
can
fucking
drool
standards.
over them, and we're not allowed to look at women that are gorgeous. I
Ian,
don't
everything
understand that.
about
It's ridiculous.
everything about woke is a double standard. You should realize
Yeah,
that.
well,
And on
yeah.
that bombshell,
Ding ding.
a new Miami Vice movie is in the works. Joseph, oh god, here we go,
Kaczynski.
is set to direct with Dan Gilroy. God,
Right.
if that said Tony Gilroy, writing the scripts.
And you know what, right? It'd be Crockett and Tubbs will be the lead in the film. That's probably what's going to happen.
boom, have that.
Well, Colin Farrell gets a pass for me since Penguin. He can do whatever he wants.
I
no,
don't
it's-
know
this
if
is-
it's those.
He's not in
It's
this
not
movie,
those.
though.
He's not in this
Oh.
movie. No.
Oh,
This was the old one. This was the film that Michael Mann made a long time
Which
ago.
wasn't a very good movie.
Never
but
Not
saw-
good at
never
all.
saw it.
Not good at all. Looks like
You know
shot on
why? You know-
VHS.
tell you this. Colin Farrell, there's good stuff that he can do. This required a very kind of Southern American actor. I feel like they needed a whole different vibe of actor for this. I think the original series, the one with Don Johnson
Really
and
It's really good.
Mm.
what's the other guy's name? Remind me.
Philip Michael Hall, I think.
Thomas.
Bill
Thomas.
Mike Thomas, whatever his name.
Yeah.
I thought that they were really well cast in those roles. That's
Yep.
the type of vibe you needed. This movie that we're looking at here didn't have it and wasn't good. And whatever they do now, I really hope that they bring actors that are more suitable
Yeah.
for these roles.
Yeah, well, given their track record. Listen, I really don't like Don Johnson, but I think he was perfect for Miami Vice.
Perfect.
And even that other show in San Francisco with
that one,
Cheech
yeah.
Marin, that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
fun. It was
That
a fun
fun,
show.
too. I think if they do this Miami Vice now, they've got to lock into the trends of what's happening today. Because when they made the original TV show, it was all MTV and the clothes and everything. So they have to find something to lock it into today's world. Oh my God, they're going to make him gay. Oh no, why did I say that?
And
Are
That's
you
what they're
saying they
gonna
want him to, you want to make it for modern audiences?
oh my God, I shouldn't have said it. Yeah.
Why didn't they just make another TV series of Miami Vice? I'd be
well,
up for that.
I think they think like it's going to make more money in the cinema. That's what they're probably thinking. I don't know.
IMDb has Don Johnson listed as 5'11". If he's 5'4", I will flip over. I've met him a couple of times.
Here you go. Kendrick Lamar, my friend. Nash Bridges was pretty good as well.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
that
I
was the show.
talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That was.
But he is a tiny little dude.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah, like I'm saying,
What's
it
wrong?
says 5'11" on IMDb, but he's not 5'4". I've run into him a couple times in
Okay.
California.
Tim Kosinski directed Top Gun Maverick. He can do whatever he wants. He's doing that F1 movie as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which I don't like F1, but
The thing is,
Okay.
though, who would they get to play Crockett and Tubbs? That's the big question, isn't it? I mean,
Well, they're gonna get what's his name? The guy
Pedro
from
Pascal.
Starfighter. The I'm boomering.
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah, they're gonna get Ryan Gosling.
Oh, no.
You know they are. You know
No, I think they're going to get Glenn Powell and Michael B. Jordan.
Oh,
Ooh,
that'd be a good cast.
that wouldn't be
Wow.
terrible.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? I mean, if they got Ryan Gosling, he'd probably be in his Ferrari crying.
I think they're going to go like they're not going to go with Ryan Gosling. I mean, unless I don't know. You never know with Hollywood. But you want to ask me what I think they should do? Glenn Powell, Michael B. Jordan, give a screenplay that's not shit. Joseph Kosinski is not a bad director.
He's a good director.
Yeah, that could work. But look what Alex just said. They're
But
gonna
isn't
get.
Dan Gilroy? Isn't that Tony Gilroy's brother or something? Isn't that the guy writing it?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Oh, now
Well-
we're gonna get some slow crap.
No,
Slow
you get
burn, everybody.
no, you get Joel and Joe Kasdan. One of them's fantastic.
George.
The other's terrible.
Yeah.
So just because they're brothers.
Okay.
Maybe there might be two females instead of two males. And
Yeah, Sydney
never know.
Sweeney and somebody else who I can't remember.
Mm.
Was it
just-
Dakota? No,
Dakota Fanning. Yeah.
who is Don Johnson's daughter? isn't it?
Daughter, yeah, that
Yes. Yeah, there you go. That's very good, that. Okay, let's move on.
Ooh.
FX releases Shogun Season 2 details, sets, production start date.
I finally saw all of this. I really liked it, but I don't think it deserves a season 2, though.
They don't
Well,
have any
no,
source
there's
material.
there's no story.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're jumping. I think they're jumping
okay, here we
ahead
go.
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, there
first
we go. Okay,
details Shogun Season 2.
Hiroyuki
Hiro-
Sanada.
Thank you. And Cosmo Jarvis will reprise their roles set 10
Mhm.
years after the events of season 1. Filming begins in January.
They're making it up then. This one.
Yeah, they're just making
Yeah,
it up out
Like
of whole
Game of
cloth. And
Thrones,
it's
season
not going to
8.
go well.
Hmm.
Yeah, Game of Thrones season 8.
Okay, move along.
Okay. I'm gonna skip.
Oh, this is a bit of a side step.
Okay. It's not actually. We've still got a shitload of slides. We'll go to
Well,
the
get
bin.
on with it, Ian. Get on. Oh, okay. You jumped
Straight
to the bin.
Oh no, you
Straight to the
can't.
bin.
You can't skip Jaws. You got to go back and talk
Yeah,
about
go
Jaws.
back to Jaws. Go back. To
Hold
Then
on,
we'll go-
man.
Then we'll get
Everybody-
to the bin.
Everybody amuse yourselves. Here you go then.
There we go.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
This is amazing. I want
I
one of
would-
these so bad.
Definitely get one of them. That's
Not in the UK,
amazing.
you won't, Ian.
I know. But they should have Quint hanging out of his mouth instead of the popcorn, shouldn't they? That'd be hilarious.
It's a special edition.
What about
you know,
putting tomato ketchup on the popcorn?
there you go.
You know what? If this is released again, I'm definitely going to go and see it in the cinema. It
Yeah,
is
Absolutely.
I might actually.
fantastic.
I would go see this in the theater in
Oh,
a
yeah.
minute.
Yeah, and
it's
if-
so
Fantastic
good.
movie. Mm.
If you get a handy under this one, she'll finally know what too much teeth feels like.
Oh, jeez.
It is a great movie.
Jaws, everybody.
Absolutely great
Masterpiece.
movie. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Bin,
bin, yes.
Sure.
Is it shooty?
Not this week.
Somebody else said the other one, please.
Greta. How dare you?
Is it shooty?
I've
Not
already
this week.
said that. You're supposed to say Greta.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Okay.
I
This
don't
is-
understand why they're getting another season.
Oh, hello, Greta. No, it's not Greta, unfortunately.
I'd take Brie Larson at this point.
You'll take her feet.
I love Brie.
Did you like
Here
my
we go.
impression, Ian?
I heard a bit of it. It was great.
No, just now I did one.
Oh,
This-
sorry, I didn't hear that one.
So many things going on in the UK at the moment. It could be any of them.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
this
boy.
was a couple days ago, and I just
Is
thought
it,
stick
is
with
it
it.
our Prime Minister, the twat
No,
that he is?
no. Okay, this is all to do with biological male and biological female, isn't it? I think
They're
the
fighting
sto-
against it, aren't they?
Yeah, I think the story is it Joe Mo Ham,
Mm.
who is a judge, high up judge, yeah, a transformer apparently. This is a quote from 24/9/2019. And as a legal matter, if the Supreme Court says it is the law, it is the law. Saying this is the law is what it is, the Supreme Court's job to do. Johnson and Cummins, blah, 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 blah. So basically, this person is saying if the Supreme Court says it, it's the law.
It's
This
not only-
person,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
this person is going to the European Court of Justice saying that the Supreme Court's decision about biological female, biological male is bollocks. And J.K. Rowling's wading in.
But do you know what, right? It's not only the ruling, it is a fact. It's
Mhm.
undisputable
Yeah.
fact when it comes to biological it's a medical fact. You can't dispute that. So if they do dispute it, the world's gone crazy.
Okay,
It's
I
like
stand
saying
corrected.
it's like saying the sky doesn't exist. It's like saying cars don't exist. Do you know what I mean? It's just this is incredibly
Okay.
crazy.
Here you go. Flav wrenched will spot. He's a King's Counsel, not a judge. Right?
Yeah,
I think my
barrister.
Yeah.
friend. It's
I
just
could go on about the different.
grinds you down. It just grinds you down, doesn't it?
Doesn't grind me down.
Okay, so that's in the bin, everybody. The
Good luck.
Transformer. Okay.
I do like how she presented it.
And finally,
Good job, JK.
Okay. JK was route. Right. Yeah.
route.
Route as well. She was route as well. Okay. And finally, Who saw this? From Mr. Shatner.
Yes. Yes.
I
Did see
just want
this.
to make things clear. Who's your daddy at Star Wars? Me, Daddy Bill.
He's
Remember-
absolutely right, though, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
the-
yeah.
Shatner is the goat. He really is.
Did he write this though? That's the thing.
Oh, he
It's-
doesn't write anything on his.
It's his
I don't
daughter,
social
care.
media.
It's
He
his
believes
daughter,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah, he believes it. I don't really care if he wrote it.
Yeah.
He lives it.
We are your father. May the fourth be with you. Love, Starfleet. So good.
Mr. Shatner, everybody.
Mm.
And on that bombshell,
It's Pug.
That's it, everybody.
Oh, they airbrushed out her other chin.
Oh, she had another chin.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of waddle going on. It's very
Okay.
distracting.
Let's do the advertising before I forget. Archer Colin is doing a show tomorrow. We are talking, Wrench, by the way, we are talking about the Terminator movies. Just the first one, hopefully, on FFFF. There's a link, everybody.
Oh, good. I'll be back.
Archer, what time we starting tomorrow? Pop a time in there so everybody knows. GMT and all that stuff. I think that is it, folks. It is. Chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for the interaction, the super chats, the memberships, and being there every Sunday listening to this shite. So, chat, you are the best. You know that.
You're the
You
best.
keep- they are. You keep this, guys, you keep this going. What more can I say? Here you go. Arch Colin, 2030 GMT +1. Wayfarer is doing his John Williams tribute.
100% Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Mm.
It's going to auto link everybody, so watch out for that. Chat, we will see you next time. We will see you next time. Let's get the guests up. Bear with me.
We're all up.
Okay. Stepping in right at the last minute is that four boss. Cheers, my friend.
A pleasure to be here. I didn't realize R2 was on fire. I hope you're okay.
Always on fire.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my friend. He was away last week, but he's back. Good to have him back. Mega Geek, cheers in. Oh,
Yep. No worries. No worries.
How was
woke.
Canada?
It was good, man. It was good. I got a lot of Canadian friends.
was it woke?
No, surprisingly not actually. Well, the people I deal with, they're all against this rubbish, and plus they had they voted for their prime minister while I was there as well. So there was a
Bit of
big vote
politics.
going on.
Yeah, that
there,
didn't
bit of
go so well.
politics, yeah.
Okay.
No, well, they voted the same party back in, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Okay. Price of reason. Cheers, Price.
Yes. Cheers.
Thank you.
I lost some subscribers today, so I'm
So did
sharing the
I.
link.
Welcome to the club.
Right. No, but it was so strange from 1 minute to another, just subscribers disappeared. So if anybody feels like it, they can make me whole by subbing to my channel.
I've subbed to your channel. Well, it was a long time ago.
And last
Thank
but
you.
by no
I'm sub to you
means,
as well, to
please.
Rebecca Gold.
Cool.
Professor R2. Cheers,
I
Prof.
watched all the Rebecca Gold videos.
Somebody has to. Cheers,
Cool.
Prof.
Yes. Cheers.
Yes, I think it's a automatic purge that YouTube. Anyway, okay. I think that's it, folks. Price, Prof, you plug in.
Yeah, Night Owl every Tuesday and Thursday. That's actually on my live stream channel, but It's okay.
Yes. Okay.
So 11:45 p.m. Eastern with Professor R2.
Middle of the night for us, but anyway, okay.
I
Yeah.
understand, but if
Um,
anybody's up, maybe they'll enjoy it.
Yep. And
Um,
then I'm now a regular over there on
yes.
B-Sides with Adam and Babs and Smilex. So each
B-Sides?
Friday night, yes, each
Not
Friday
to be
night
mixed
we're
up with the other bees.
B's,
Bees
not
up.
B-Sub, B-Sides.
B-Sides.
I don't know
On
if
B-roll
B-Sup is on
stage.
tomorrow, but Trev might be on. I don't know. It's all in the air. So that is it, folks. If you're in the UK, enjoy your bank holiday. Enjoy the snooker. I think I'll be watching that. So Chats, I think we're back Wednesday doing that boring Star Wars show. So,
Good luck, everybody.
if we don't see you during the week, folks, have a great week, everybody. We'll be back doing more of this next week. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.
Ta-da.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.